It's my hand, okay? It's like it's got a mind of its own. It makes me do things I don't want it to do.
Oh, yeah, man? I used to be like that.
The trick is to keep yourself busy.
Idle hands are the devil's playground.
Where did it go?
What? You mean the hand?
Of course I mean the hand.
Try looking up your app.
Let's go! There's evil out there and I gotta kick its ass!
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema, your deep dive into cult classics, horror, sci-fi movies, new and old. Warning, spoilers ahead. I'm Art Hennessy in San Diego, California.
And I'm Slacker. Erik Rodenizer here, just sitting around, wasting time, hitting my bong and being possessed by some kind of devil.
Erik, and what is that? You have a whole bag of potato chips or something you're eating there?
I have, well, they're cheesy poofs. Don't know if you've had those, but cheesy poofs, man. And I have several bongs that I use throughout the day because when I'm just slacking. I also have a back scratcher that I can use for any part of my body.
We'll talk about it.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Oh, yes.
Show you. I almost got my back scratcher for this podcast just so I could scratch my back during the...
Yes. So Eric's rather chilled out, should we say, because this week we are discussing the movie Idle Hands. Came out in 1999. It's starring Devon Sawa. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah. Seth Green, Elden Henson, Vivica A. Fox, and Jessica Alba. Directed by Rodman Flender.
What?
Rodman Flender.
Rodman, you got anything on Rodman?
Well, Rodman Flender, it's a name that sounds like it would be in this movie. But
right? Rodman Flender, get over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in class.
Yeah, Rodman Flender, I would say this is his biggest movie that he made, but he was out of the National Lampoon. He was one of those guys, comedy writer mixed in with that whole crew. He did a stint, this will make sense to you too, Erik, through the Roger Corman machine, the Roger Corman School of Filmmaking. He did this movie, and then after that, kind of went into directing television. He did a lot of television. The only other movie when I said that you would know him for, I don't know if you remember this movie. It was a documentary. It was actually very, very popular. Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. I don't know if you remember that. It was a really big documentary. It was after Conan O'Brien kind of got booted off late night. And this guy's documentary kind of documented the Conan O'Brien rise back to the center of the culture after that. And now he's still making movies. Up until recently, Erik, he apparently made a horror movie in 2022, which I have not seen.
Tell me what
the title is funny. The title's funny.
Zombievers.
Eat Brains Love.
Eat Brains Love?
I think that's a good title.
I don't know if I saw it. I'm going to have to look it up now. Eat Brains Love sounds like I'd be on it.
It's a good title. So Rodman Flender made this movie, and it came out 1999, April. And unfortunately for this movie,
Idle Hands,
unfortunately, came out 10 days after the Columbine shooting.
Yeah, it got a crappy. It was unfortunate. It was supposed to come out around the Halloween area. And then they did some reshoots, which we'll talk about if you don't know. I have it for you. And then who was it? Somebody, a governor or somebody actually called out the movie and was like, "This movie, don't watch it. It promotes teens laughing at death," or something. Yeah, like
even up to the Senate. I think John McCain made a public statement about it.
Yeah, somebody did, and it just tanked the movie. However, I think that it got a cult following after that.
It does have a cult following because I want to talk to you about that as it goes on because it did not do that well at the box office.
No,
obviously,
and the critics.
The critics, it is really, even now it sits at a 15% or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
31 on the IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
However, remember, Art, when it came out, that's when people criticized it. So you have to look at what the audience score is, and it's much higher than that.
It is. It's in
the high sixes.
Yeah. So it came out. Now, the first thing you'll notice about this movie is it you can see its genesis, right? We'll talk about this as we go through the movie, but you can see it's picking a lot of things out that when we say like mid 90s to late 90s, it's incorporating the slacker vibe. It's incorporating teenish ensemble pictures. Like if we think about She's All That and all those types of movies, even in the horror realm, if we think The Faculty came out right around the time that Idle Hands came out.
Yep, 1999. I got married.
Oh,
yeah, and we did an Idle Hands themed wedding. Yeah, everybody had to come with one hand or inappropriate outfits.
You were ahead of your time, Erik. We did Faculty, the Faculty.
Oh, you did the Faculty. Oh, see, yeah. I don't know how that worked out for you, but yeah. Hey, did you pick this movie?
Erik, you did, because you didn't.
No.
Oh, you gave me an option.
I have to do a shout out. I did give you an option, but we're still doing the goddamn other one I talked about. I was talking to somebody. We were wrapping up a movie called Face Crusher 3.
I love, Erik, how you're in movies that could be covered on Midnight Cinema.
Gosh, I wish we could just cover Face Crusher. I'm in 2 out of 3 of them. But my friend Tyler, who's at SATV in Salem Access Television, he's an amazing editor. And we were talking about movies. He said, Idle Hands. And I went, oh my gosh, I remember Idle Hands. So shout out to Tyler. Second time I mentioned him because we talked about him on Predator. So thanks, Tyler, for Idle Hands and making me think that I'm too old to look at Jessica Alba in any way, shape, or form in this particular movie. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks a lot, buddy. Smoke them if you got them.
So, Erik, your history with Idle Hands, did you see it in the theaters when it came out?
I don't remember if I saw it in theaters, but I remember seeing it. And I remember how I felt about it when I was watching it. It's a little different than when I recently watched it, but I had all the feels of whatever that time was that I saw it. So it was 1999, so I couldn't have seen it any later than 2000. Probably saw it, maybe I saw it on video, VHS. But I remember really being like, oh, this is cool. This is a cool movie. And having different feelings about it then than I do now.
Okay. Because here's my history before we get into this. I distinctly remember watching it as well. And I remember I did not finish it. I remember distinctly turning it off.
Wow.
Very early on. I watched it on video or probably DVD or whatever, renting it. Because somebody had, like you, somebody may have been you. It could have possibly been you because I did know you back then. Recommended it to me. And, but I don't remember who. And I put it on and I was out. I'll tell you as we go on where I went out.
Okay. Well, we can blame Tyler now for the whole podcast.
Don't worry. There's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, there is.
So people listening, we're reviewing a movie that is 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, 31 on
and art turned off. So stick with us though, because there's definitely things you're gonna enjoy this. Okay, so let's get into it, Erik. Let's get into Idle Hands. So this movie starts with what a lot of What is?
Oh, this is.
Oh my gosh, Erik!
I thought I'd introduce it earlier. It's my idle hand.
It's your idle. Erik has an idle hand he's holding up.
Yes, it's tiny because it's a severed Dobby hand from Dobby. Dobby's got idle hands. Who knows if it comes into play?
So, Erik, the movie starts with what a lot of movies in the mid '90s and late 90s started with. The opening credits, just like the movie Seven. Yeah. We saw it so much that it just became, because remember when you first saw Seven? I first saw it in the theaters. I remember those opening credits with the stuttery video and the color grading that they're doing and the eerie feeling of it. You're just like, ooh. But so many movies were copying that it eventually you're just kind of watching it going like, okay, all right.
Like, all right, what does this have to do? Cool music to start, Art. Oh, I rhymed. But I was thinking to myself, what is happening here with the opening credits? We're seeing blood and satanic symbols. And what I find out later is Seth Green's face, but has nothing to do with the movie. It's just like, what is going on? That's what I thought.
Yes. And I think that we're going to talk about this right away at the start. You're going to see. So those are your opening credits.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about the soundtrack. I don't know if this is your music that you like, or like, this isn't exactly my music. There's some cool things in here that I do like on the soundtrack, but not all of it. But this is definitely going for a vibe in these opening credits. They're aiming at a certain probably age group or group of people that they want to get charged up here at the opening of this movie.
Hard rock bordering satanic, what's a sister? What's that sister? Something sister. You could tell it wasn't my thing. And Rat.
Right.
Round and round. It's like, it's like that.
Okay.
It's very Satan-y rock for lazy people.
But then, Eric, we're going to cut to the opening of this movie, and it's a house in suburbia with a lot of Halloween decorations. Where I bet you recognize some of them.
I know, Art, that I'm a big pumpkin scrutinizer.
Yes.
And by the way, Twisted Sister just came to me.
Yes. Twisted Sister. Yes.
Yes, I was thinking, the first pumpkin they show, I thought, is that a real pumpkin? I'm not sure if it is, and it's painted really well. Mm-hmm. But did you notice the rest of the decorations?
Yeah. I'm noticing it's Halloween, but what they're doing is they're interspersing. This is clearly somebody that keeps decorations up, because we suddenly see a reindeer.
There's deer.
There's reindeer on the lawn. So
and
you're
cardinals.
Like, yeah,
a bunch of red cardinals. I thought they just don't take stuff down.
Yes, that's it was
a weird choice. I thought.
It's a weird choice, and I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of weird things in this movie that are kind of just thrown in, I think, like a blender, that they don't really care as much about thinking them through as far as the characters, because now we're going to see who owns this house.
Yes.
So I want to remind people who haven't seen this movie, who've been listening to us, we opened with eerie credits with a soundtrack that's like little satanic-ish. And now, and I said, you're using this to appeal to a certain audience, a younger audience. And now we're going to have Fred Willard. Willard. And I don't know this other woman's name. I should know it off the top of my head.
Me too.
But she's great. She's in a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to look it up right
now. Oh, for
crying
out loud.
I feel so bad that I wouldn't know.
While you're looking it up, Fred Willard, who I think it's like at least 4 years now.
R.I.P.
But in indie stuff, and then Waiting for Guffman. But he was very, very, very popular, and he got even more popular and so underused in Idle Hands. So underused.
And and Connie Ray. Connie Ray is the mom, and we should call out her as well. So they introduced us to Fred Willard and Connie Ray, who would be for a generations above where I think they're aiming this movie. But yet, Eric, you just gave it away, what I was going to say. They're not utilizing Fred Willard and Connie Ray in a way that would engage people like you or I watching it immediately. Because at first, I was like, okay, I'm watching it, and then I had no idea, because I don't look anything up before I see it, usually on my first watch. And I'm like, oh, Fred Willard. I'm like, what's he going to... My mind immediately was like, oh, I'm in for some fun here with Fred Willard. But no.
I don't think he was known when I first watched it. I don't remember saying, oh, that's Fred Willard.
You're right.
And also not
saying... To be fair, I don't think he had hit his Christopher Guest mega stardom yet.
And also Jessica Alba. I didn't know who that was.
At this time, no, people wouldn't have known. Yeah.
But Seth Green, I think I did. I'm like,
you would have been married with children, would have been on at this time, right?
Yeah. But what they did use a lot of, they really went hard on this one too, is one of my other favorite things in movies is wallpaper.
Yes.
What is with the wallpaper? It's not as intricate, but man, they got some choice there.
Erik, I'll ask you, with this couple,
they're
going for, I think they're going for, they want to go for something like a Midwestern, think the couple in Fargo, like Frances McDormand and her husband, like a loving, but yet goofy couple, these parents, and they're talking about their young son, but they're also talking about decorations. And what does he say? Oh, you're already thinking about the next season's decorations, and we just put up the Halloween decorations, I think is what he's saying.
But she goes, they have a really good cornucopia. He's like, what's a cornucopia? I think, Art, the only reason why they have the mom and dad at the beginning of Idle Hands is because they need people to kill off. So I think this is why we just have to know that he has parents, and these are the parents, and they're talking about their son, their only child, apparently, Anton, and then they're off to bed.
But when they click off the light, and this is good, I like this. They click off the light, and on the ceiling, there's something written in glowing paint.
Yes.
What does it say, Erik?
It says, I'm under the bed. And it is written in an extreme glow paint.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So apparently someone's under the bed, and the couple immediately is like, oh, and have the you have your big freaking metal flashlight near your bed. They've got that. So she tells Fred Willard to look under the bed. But I thought they have a punk teenager, and then on their ceiling in inexplicable colored paint, UV paint, says, I'm under the bed. And their go-to thought is, there's someone under the bed and it might be a killer. We're going to look. They don't jump off the bed, Art. They go to look. And guess what? No one under there.
Yes.
And my questions are to you and anyone else who's watching this. How did the killer, if there's a killer, how does a killer get up on the ceiling to write that? When did they do that? And where did they get this effing brilliant UV paint from?
Yeah.
Tell me, Art. Tell me.
I'm thinking the mom is a craftsy person, and she might have something like that around the house.
I needed that connection.
But I agree with you. I'm totally tracking with you. It's up on the ceiling, and how is it
so good at trying to figure out, even though it's probably not even something they even barely thought of, that maybe it's the mom's craft paint that she used for Halloween. So Fred Willard goes downstairs to check. That always bothers me. If we hear a noise here and I'm in bed with Orsina, there's no way that I don't think she's going to say, you go and check. I'm going to stay here by myself alone just in case you get killed. I think she's going to be like, hold on, let me get my robe. I'm coming with you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What would you do?
I also think add in that somebody has painted on your ceiling.
Painted?
That's
and
something.
It's a high ceiling. You have to, you can't just stand on the bed and do it. Somebody had to get a ladder to do that, Art.
Yeah. So
but he goes downstairs and leaves.
He goes downstairs and she tries to distract herself with knitting.
Knitting. Yeah, knitting is fun.
Mark knitting, everybody. Mark that. So.
Mark it, everybody.
And then we get our first scare. We get a classic cat jump scare. And this is a cool cat. I'm just going to put it out there. I like this cat. Bones, they call him.
Bones is the name of the cat. It's a white cat named Bones. But I have 2 cats, Art. How many cats do you have?
None.
You have none.
No cats.
A cat, when it jumps up on the bed, the first sound it makes isn't. I mean, it's almost like the cat was deliberately trying to scare the mom, but then it jumps on the bed and it's okay. But cats don't generally go when they come up on the bed.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's weird. Did you notice there's weird noises sounding like they're coming from the ceiling as well, like scraping and bumping?
Yeah, on the soundtrack. I had my headphones in for some of this, so I'm noticing some of that. Yeah.
And then you hear something happens to Fred Willard downstairs.
Mm-hmm. So she has to go down and then we see that she calls up to the attic. Yeah. They have one of those pull down attic things. So we get the idea. Anton, the son, lives up there. He lives up in the attic, which made me go like, what? So my mind at this point, Erik, is like, who is the son? Yeah. Are they like, I'm just all sorts of questions.
Is he like very deformed and they're keeping him in the attic? Why would the kid be in the attic? There are no other bedrooms in the house. It's a big house.
He maybe prefers it, I think.
I don't know. And again, we're pointing out that it's not stairs to the attic. It's the pull down Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation attic stairs.
But she's calling up and he's not answering. No. And so she goes downstairs. We're seeing that it's not a house where you just have the decorations on the outside. She's one of those that fills the inside with all sorts of decorations.
And we're not ones to go backwards because you know how I hate that. Mm-hmm. However, the hallway where she's bringing the cat to go downstairs, it looks like a haunted house. It's green. It's that hunter green wallpaper and sconces everywhere. My first thought is, okay, you guys are in bed. Why did you leave all the hallway lights on? And it's got the wood. So it looked kind of like a haunted house to me. But then, she goes downstairs to your Halloween. She's not bad at decorating, right?
No, these are fine. And there's two big pumpkins. Are they on like like scarecrow bodies? Is that what we're supposed to think? They're on like a...
I'm unclear as to why I decorate, and Orsina does. Orsina does most of the decorations now because I'm turning lazy because of my pot bong addiction. They have what you would find outside normally is two stuffed scarecrows with pumpkin heads with candles in them. Inside though, and the candles are still there. They're burning. The husband lied earlier because he said he blew out the flames and he didn't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's what's there.
She blows them out and then she's gonna slip on something on the floor and she holds up her hands and it looks like blood on her hands.
It's blood. So what do you do? What do you do, Art? How many phones are in the house?
There's got to be a few in the house.
Well, which phone are you gonna choose to call?
You got to run all the way up the stairs to the bedroom, and she goes in the bedroom, shuts the door, and goes to make a call.
Yeah, 911.
The slowest 911 dial.
Oh my God.
I've ever seen in my life.
Boop, boop. Yeah, it was slow.
9, and she's saying it as she's doing it. 1.
I forgot that. She's saying it.
She's saying it. And she, just before she hits the last one, the phone gets yanked and pulls her forward onto the ground.
Yep.
And then we have an overhead shot. This is going to be all one shot here, which ends up pretty good. But something reaches out from under the bed and grabs her. But it's a human arm. It's clearly a human arm. Grabs her, pulls her under the bed, and then the bed is going like Exorcist crazy. It's jumping and bouncing and
a big, thick blood splatter comes out. And what I love about the blood splatters in Idle Hands is it's not just blood. They always add some pieces in it. So it's like blood goop. So whatever's under the bed, which I thought was pretty funny that the bed's jumping up and down, is having at it.
The camera does this kind of cool move, I thought, where it moves up as the bed's doing this, and it gives us in the shot, because they got a lens that can do this, included in the shot is the ceiling. So we're getting sort of a fisheye, interesting view of the bedroom with the ceiling with the "I'm under the bed" text on the ceiling. So I thought that was a nice beginning there.
And now we know there was someone apparently under the bed at some point.
And in the house.
Yep.
But I will say, Erik, I'm confused at this point on the tone of the movie. I'm a little at this point, okay, Fred Willard, but they're not being funny. Did they think this was scary? Did they think I'm not scared, but I'm amused and I like some of the shot? So I just want to give you an idea of where I'm at.
I think surprise. It's it's sort of a Scream type of surprise gore type of thing. So that's what I think that's what they must have been going for, because it's not going for all out scary horror. It's like, oh no, somebody just got killed type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're introduced to the next day. We're introduced to Anton, who indeed lives in the attic. And do they say where they're living?
Well, we're going to see a map later. We're going to see a map.
Yeah, what was
of it?
I don't remember, but all I thought was the attic is unfinished. It's an unfinished attic, and I thought, this kid is freezing up here, and he's on the floor on a mattress, but maybe not so cold because he has his mom's freaking knitting. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did notice that detail, and this is they're going to just throw all sorts of quirkiness at us about this kid here in the beginning. He wakes up, he has headphones on that music is playing from his stereo, like the big headphones. Mm-hmm. And when he gets up and he just takes those headphones off to put on his Walkman headphones to kind of continue the music, which is a commentary. People were disconnected kids, slackers, but they're kind of making fun of it. So they're going to add all these things in. So he gets up, he shuffles, downstairs.
Which is a cool move, the way he gets down those stairs. I thought.
Because he has the attic stairs,
I just thought that's kind of cool that they make it like he knows exactly how to get up and downstairs.
Yeah, he sort of stands on it. Yeah.
The cat's coming down the stairs and stops at the base of the stairs, Art. The cat stops to lick some blood off the floor, but he's a slacker, so he don't notice.
He does not notice at all.
They have a dog. They have a dog and a cat. So what's up with that?
I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, so much quirkiness, Erik. And we do notice when he's walking downstairs, he has around his neck a rope, a little thin, some string with it looks like an inhaler.
Oh, it's an inhaler. Yes,
it's an inhaler. Asthma inhaler. So I'm thinking when I first see this, Erik, this movie's going to be, he has really bad asthma and we have to clock that. And then that's going to come in the end and be that's immediately what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's going to be a scene coming later where he's got to get the asthma inhaler. My brain's kind of clocking. So they fooled me on this. They fooled me on that.
They did. Because he's calling for his parents and, they don't answer because they're out of milk and dog food, apparently. But so he hops on the couch, which I thought was funny, leaps over it. He gets up to lie down again, basically. And then you're right. It's not an inhaler. It's a secret weed pipe. So he can smoke weed. And he makes, this is where I think it's funny, being a parent, is he's on the couch. He doesn't know where his parents are. So he lights up 6 incense burners and then starts smoking weed on the couch in the morning. And I'm thinking, how he's going to be caught by his parents. He was just calling to them. How can he be so bold as to just smoke weed on the couch? Because they mustn't approve of it if he's lighting up the incense.
You're hitting on another issue I'm having with this movie already. Like you said earlier, you're like, Did they think through, well, the mom must have the glow-in-the-dark paint because she's craftsy? So you have a movie that might be thinking that way, but then isn't thinking about the things you're bringing up here. Like, there's a lot of disconnect here for me on some things.
She doesn't seem like the kind of mom. I imagine she's doing all the work in the house, but she doesn't seem like the type of person that would run out of milk and dog food unless she hates the dog and is like, you wanted the dog, honey, you feed it. But I don't think that. But he's making full use of a back scratcher here in case you thought it was only for scratching back.
Now, is this now this kid Anton Devon Sawa, is the actor here, and he's Casper. He's got a lot of charisma. This kid, I have to say, and so he picks up a back scratcher, like Erik says, and what he uses it for, not just scratching his back, he just clearly just goes for his ball sack and just scratches his ball sack with the back scratcher. Now, I immediately start thinking, and this is a little bit, I'm like, are they just going like, we love this kid Devon Sawa, and they just let him do shit. They just let him, and they rolled on it. I don't think they were like,
probably did. Art, I want to point out that I just said it, but he was just coming off of things like Casper. He was the kid he was Casper as a human. And so he wanted to do stuff that was like risque. And so he probably's like, yeah, what if I scratch my balls? And they went, yeah, that's a great idea. What if I use the back scratcher to get the remote because I'm so lazy? Or is it a nod as to what's to come, Art? Because it's
we know, yes, the hand on the remote. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like we've already seen knitting and knitting needles. So they are layering things into this that I'm noticing on my second watch through. I was like, oh, okay. So,
but he is he's so lazy, Art, that he's out of weed. So he's got to call up his provider. I don't know if that's the right term. Provider.
And is it noob? Is that how is that what he calls him? Noob?
No.
What is how they pronounce it?
Panub.
Panub.
And this is the time to say it then. We're going to be introduced to his friends, Mike and Panub, right? And
is it Mick? Mick?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mick. Mick and Panub, not Mike. Mick. Yeah, Mick and Panub. And it's from Eddie Murphy. I don't know if you know that. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll read it if you don't know.
Yes.
Okay. I just thought, why is this kid named Panub?
It's a deep cut from Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
too,
Eddie Murphy, Buckwheat from the Little Rascals playing that. And he was singing Looking for Love, but it was Wook and Panub. And so they got Mick and Panub out of that. And that's the only reason. So we don't have to say Panub every time if we don't want to. We can just say Nub. But yeah, so Mick and Panub. In all the wrong places.
So Panub is, and he's so lazy. He's like, "Hey, bring me some more weed." And I think Panub's or is it Mick? I forget who says it. One of them says, "It's not. This isn't Domino's. Like, if you want weed, you can come and get it."
So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go outside in his long boxers. He's got long boxers and I think a robe and a shirt.
Looks like something like the dude from like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, he's the very lazy loafer.
And it's actually not that far that he has to go to get weed.
No. And he passes by Randy, who's going to be a character later on. Randy has a big, if you think you've seen a big ass truck, like a big black truck, you haven't until you see
Randy's
Randy.
A neighbor.
Yeah.
I guess we're supposed to think I don't even know if maybe he's out of high school, Randy. I think he's a little older. He's older. He's working on the truck. It's in his black t-shirt.
Yeah. And I think he's got, I forget what it is, but it's Iron Maiden or something like that on the Twisted Sister.
Quiet Riot. Quiet Riot.
There you go. Come on, feel the noise.
Yeah.
Right? Is that Quiet Riot?
Yeah, that's Quiet Riot. Yeah.
No.
Which is another odd choice for what we're going to find out about Randy later. I think Quiet Riot isn't quite the right choice, but
no.
So anyways.
But he crawls into the basement. You know, you have a basement and there's those small rectangular windows that are right at that's what he uses to get into the house. Because he's too lazy, apparently, to walk up the front door and walk downstairs to the little man cave. So he just slips through slips right in there.
And we get to meet now Mick and Panub.
Which is Seth Green. I forget what the other guy's name is, but he most recently is on Daredevil. He's
I didn't know that.
Daredevil's partner, like law partner, because I think Daredevil's a lawyer.
Yeah, his name is Elden Henson, the actor.
Yeah. Fun name, Elden Henson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they also just sit around and smoke weed all day.
Yeah. So we're getting that stoner vibe. So we've seen that Anton smokes weed. These two smoke weed and sit around all day. So at this point, Erik, I'm like, okay, this is a stoner slacker comedy. This is that type of a thing. That's what I'm.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I get it now. It's sinking in.
Yep.
However, I will say that Mick and Panub actually call out Anton here a little bit on his ambition and his lifestyle.
Yeah, like what do you do all day? You just smoke weed and watch TV as they're smoking weed and watching TV. And they're also eating cheesy poofs, which I haven't looked up if it's a real thing or not.
Well, I just think of it as South Park.
I know. Give me cheesy poofs. I wonder, was Seth Green ever a voice in South Park?
I have to imagine at some point.
Well, I just wonder
that he
was.
I
don't know if cheesy poofs are real, but they're throwing them. Mick is throwing them in Panub's mouth, like choink, 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 you know.
And I'll just say here that Mick and Penub have a lot of funny little things that they're doing back and forth. And from reading about the making of this movie a little bit, Erik, I think Seth Green was really pushing for more of that stuff. I think they weren't even letting him do as much as he wanted to. And we'll get into it as we go on, where I think they maybe at some time should have let Seth Green go let them go a little further with that stuff.
Yeah, Seth Green's really good at it. They're both really good in this, and they don't play it for laughs, so they play it real, like they would say this really. They weren't like, hey, dude. They were just very real.
Seth Green, his comment on this movie was that he thinks so many different people involved with this movie were trying to make a different movie. Like, he says, some people involved were trying to make a horror movie. Some people involved were trying to make a flat-out comedy. The studios wanted like I said earlier, she's all that teen romance type of thing. And he just thinks that there were 5 different types of movies that they were trying to make here.
Yeah. And I want to point out, if you're looking at the poster art for Idle Hands, the original poster art is very like you'd see on a concert t-shirt. It's just a silhouette of a person with a skull and crossbones face, and then this huge hand, like a skeleton hand, and it's Idle Hands. And it really looks like you would sell it at a Metallica concert. And then they're no, we don't want to do that. So then they made a joke of I think the craft with everybody walking in the craft, and they did that with all of the characters. So you don't know what the movie is. If you see Idle Hands, the original poster, it's like, ooh, it's going to be a gritty horror movie. And the other one, you're going, oh, what is it, a teen comedy? I don't know.
Yeah, and there's another official poster, Erik, that looks like you would think it was a 10 Things I Hate About You, or you would think it's like Jessica Alba, very foregrounded. And it looks like a teen romantic comedy or Go. Remember the movie Go? No. It has that vibe to it.
No.
But, okay.
It's like kind of confusing, like the Phantoms. Remember Phantoms? Where they're showing you the cover of Phantoms. You're like, what is this poster? Why is it just everybody staring at you?
But and also at this point of the movie, we're going actually a ways into this movie, Erik. And I'm like, we had our little scary part at the beginning, but I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like I said, I guess we're in a stoner comedy. And then this movie is so weird, Erik. Seth Green, so Mick says to Anton, oh, there's your crush coming.
Yep.
But they're in the basement with only that tiny window that clearly has a shrub in front of it.
Yeah, but they hear the motorcycle, so they gotta know that
that's it.
Chick.
Okay,
they gotta know
it.
It's her. But yeah, so he sees the girl go by, and it's Jessica Alba, who we don't know. Let's forget it's Jessica Alba.
Yeah, you wouldn't know when you saw this movie. You wouldn't be like, oh, that's Jessica Alba.
Yeah, and you see her going by on a motorcycle, and she's not wearing anything in particular. She's got a helmet on. It's very practical, but she looks towards the camera, but it's not necessarily the hot girl in the movie. It's just, you don't really get that. No.
It's not like, it's more like, here's an attractive girl. They're cutting to Anton looking at her. He clearly has a crush on her. He clearly is longing and looking at her.
Yeah, but they call him all sorts of things that we don't call people anymore. Like, stop being such a pussy and all that kind of thing. But they tell him that if he's out of pot and he can't afford it, he should just mix nutmeg and oregano. It's the same thing. All right.
You get a good buzz off it.
Yeah, why don't you go mix that up and come back and let me know how
But Anton notices that on the street, when she drove by, she dropped her very colorful notebook on the street.
Yep.
But he knows it's her lyric book. That's what he calls it.
Because apparently she does songs and things. I don't know.
Yeah, which we're going to see, Erik. We're going to see the big number that she does.
Yeah. At the end of the movie,
that's going to be a big part of her character. Yeah, that's going to be such a big part of her character. Yeah.
But here we also have to point out that they are watching television, and they're saying that people have been murdered, including twins at a drive-through.
The Jungle Burger.
The Jungle Burger.
Burger Jungle. Burger Jungle.
Burgle Junger. That Jungle Burger, which should be a burger place, I think.
Yeah.
It'd be like Rainforest Cafe, except for yeah. And then I think Seth Green goes, "Don't you watch the news?" And Anton goes, "I hate that fucking show." I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Like the new, I don't watch it.
But yeah, four people have been killed. Yeah, that's serious. But Anton doesn't know any of it. He's just, I guess, at this point in the movie, you're thinking, oh, he's so out of it and such a stoner, doesn't watch the news. He's just completely clueless. His parents were murdered in the house.
Yeah.
And 4 murders have gone on in town, and he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, no idea. But his stoner friends apparently watch, among the crazy videos, the music videos, they watch the news. So they got one up on their other stoner friend.
Mm-hmm.
But they do say that because of, there's like a curfew and things like that, and it's Halloween, that they're doing a Halloween dance at the school gym, which I love going to, by the way, Art. I went to every single Halloween dance at my school gym. Mm-hmm. And one of them I dressed as a mummy, and I wrapped myself as a mummy, and I love to dance. And you can see how a mistake would be happening here. Is I unraveled pretty quick while I was dancing.
Oh, if only we had the video. That would be just
good. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So they kind of egg him on to go return her lyric book to her. They say, go over there, return the book, and you'll be like a hero.
Yep. And she lives miraculously close by. They all live close by.
Yeah. Yeah. They all live like right in the same neighborhood. So, so he's going to go over and do that.
Yeah. And she answers the door again in what I would consider, right now, she's very cute. Her name's Molly. So Molly's very cute. She's got, I guess in the 90s, that short haircut, and she's wearing regular clothes, so nothing crazy. So she's really like cute hometown girl. So she's not like, look at how hot this girl is.
Yeah, she's not presented as, oh my God, she's the like the blonde in 16 Candles or something. She seems like just a good kid.
He drops off the book, Art, but he just slams it into her and takes off, and she's going, what?
She wants to have a little conversation, but he's gonna
no. But she clearly doesn't dislike him. And let's point out that Anton technically was a heartthrob in one movie before. So he's a fairly attractive kid that they kind of make look a little scruffy, unkempt.
But as much as Anton is presented to us as a slacker and everything, he's got a very frantic performance style. He's got a very throwing his limbs around and going, it's interesting to me because I know he's supposed to be the slacker, but he's very animated as an actor as he's doing everything. So he runs off, but then we're going to cut suddenly.
Yeah, we're going to have a meanwhile
to a police station. We're going to have a police station.
It's a
prison.
Yeah.
And a nun is coming in, being escorted in by one of the sheriffs, it looks like, or the people running the prison. And this nun is Vivica Fox in a nun outfit.
Is it Vivica J. Fox?
Vivica A. Fox.
A. Fox. Yeah. You got to stick the A in there.
Yeah.
Vivica Fox. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking for something, and you see a guy in one of the prison cells. It's a pretty quick scene, thankfully, because do we need it? But there's a guy in prison, and it goes down to his hand, and his right hand is all withered unnaturally. And she says she missed it again and runs out.
She's really angry.
Yeah. And immediately whips off all of her nun clothes, and we realize, oh, wait,
she's not a
nun. And she drives a really cool RV.
Big Airstream RV.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It is kind of cool looking.
Chrome, right? It's a chrome one. Is it chrome?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Chrome. But inside, she also has you can see she's got all sorts of clippings about murder lining the walls, and she has a big map on the wall of the RV inside.
Which I wish I had looked at closer to know where they're pretending they are. Because really, they shot it in the same location as they shot Halloween, that same neighborhood.
Oh, in Pasadena? It would have been Pasadena in California.
Yeah. But she seems to be tracking someone or something. We don't know.
She's tracking murders, and she's putting them in pins on the map. And then she realizes something. I think she sees a couple of murders. I don't know exactly how she's putting it together. At first, I thought it was towns that start with B, because there were a couple that started with B. But she puts all the pins in, and then she has a big flash of recognition, and she grabs a marker, and she does a circle, and then she starts, we don't see exactly what she's doing. She's connecting them with this marker, and then we pull back, and it's a pentagram. It's a pentagram. With kind of a cross, like it looks like some things cross in the middle. So I'm like, does she saying that's where she needs to go, is the center of this pentagram? It doesn't really make that much sense. Plus, if you're a stickler, like you and I are both like this, so I'm sure that when you saw her making the map and she looked at it, she completely missed a couple of X's there on the map. So I'm not sure, but we're meant to believe, in the center of this pentagram, it's where Anton lives. Yeah, that's what we're putting Anton together. Lives. In that so she then tears ass out of there in her big airstream. She's heading out to go find what's going on. Yes. Yeah. And the next scene, so curious to me, what is going on here? Because we got Anton, who's a slacker. We've already decided that, right, everyone? He's a slacker. No. But for some reason thought it's very important to get dog food and milk. And he's clearly stole a cart from the grocery store because he's wheeling it home. But that's not the unusual part to me. The unusual part is all of a sudden... Okay, keep going. Yeah. There's the atmosphere. It's dark. There's clearly fog machines pumping out fog. It's like everywhere. We're in a different movie, right? We are in a completely different movie with this scene. What was that? I thought it reminded me. Something. You know, reminded me of Erik is Phantasm-ish. Yes, like, he's going down the street by himself down a road with all this fog. Yeah. Also, was that early 2000 Phantasm? I mean, Phantoms. Oh, you're thinking Phantoms. I was thinking Phantasm. Oh, see, I was thinking Phantoms because that just weird mood where you go, what's going on here? Yeah. And he's going down the street. So yeah, I'm with you, Erik. I was confused here. But then we're going to get into some more comedy, and I'm going to put that in quotes here. Ooh, and Art. This is where we can decide how much time we're giving this particular scene. Yeah. Because I was watching it going, we're just introducing more people that are going to be killed was my thought. They're only introducing these cops because at some point they'll probably show up. So these cops are harassing him. He recognizes them as friends from high school. 4 years older than him. And 4 years older than him. So they're cops. Yeah. And it's that idea of like into the loser, the jerks from high school end up being cops. They're throwing that idea in there, but they're really hassling him. They're really big time because they're really hassling this kid. Well, Art, that's because they weren't invited to smoke weed or anything like that. They were picked on. So now they're taking revenge. And they're two actors that have been in things. Oh, yes. Yeah. But always not quite making it. Well, right. Erik, This is, I think, a problem with the script. If you're making a stoner comedy like this and you're introducing these characters, they need to be funny. This needs to be very funny. Otherwise, people like you and I were like, what are you saying already? Do we need this scene? Skip it. Do we need it? But if it's funny, right, you're going to be okay with it. Let me contrast that, Erik. Think about Bill Hader and Seth Rogen as the cops in Superbad, right? You're completely interested in them. Yeah. These two guys, they're trying to be funny, but they're not. And they bust them and give them a ticket, a $200 ticket for littering because they couldn't find any weed on him. But I thought they really just spent, we don't need to. His asthma inhaler works, though, I will say. Oh, yeah. What's that? It's just his asthma inhaler. Just his asthma inhaler. Oh, but I agree with you 100%, Erik. I was waiting in the script. I'm like, this is just not funny. Nah. And it's not the actors. The actors I can see it in them. They have the potential, those two actors, to make this a funny characters and scenes. And they do a little bit when they come. We're going to see them later. Surprise, everybody. there's a little bit more there that they're going to show us with their capabilities. But the script is just letting them down, I think, here.
It is.
And,
if there was any improv here, maybe if those two were geniuses at improv, there might have been some other way to make it funny, but it just wasn't. So we're spending time talking about the scene that we're skipping technically.
But it's important that we note that. Yeah. But it's important that we note that, Eric, because of this.
I think
this is when my first watch, I'm starting to get antsy.
Ooh. Oh.
I'm starting to get antsy. That first time I saw it way back, where I told you I shut off.
15 minutes in, Art?
I think it's longer. I think we're getting to longer. This opening setup,
Well, the ticket is important that they gave him a ticket because Anton uses the ticket to roll the joint made with nutmeg and oregano at home. And it's a very bad idea, Art, to do that. And what is he watching here? He's watching a video, and I think is it Dragula?
It's Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie Dragula.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess when Rob Zombie was... So that would be more of what I would think the guy with the truck would be into is what he's watching. But
okay, thank you. That's what I was saying earlier with the shirt. I would, but something more satanic or evil type of stuff than Quiet Riot. So no offense to Quiet Riot. You guys were...
Right.
Yeah, but
he's listening to music and then he hears something. So he shuts the music off for a second. And what I love... Here's where the humor works for me. I don't know if they were like, oh, that's cute too, but he has his dog the dog is great in the movie. The dog is almost like a sidekick in some instances. And the dog's going, and he closes the dog's mouth. I just thought that was really funny. And I don't know if that was an improv or not, but he's listening for noises. And it doesn't come to anything, so he smokes the joint, and then it goes horribly wrong. And he has to run to the kitchen to wash his mouth out, literally with soap.
Yes, which wasn't improv.
Yeah, good.
And he did that himself on the spot. He did the soap in his mouth. It was his idea.
I can only imagine that was actual joy, because why would they fill it up with fake stuff? And then he just grabs that and squirts it in his mouth. Oh, my God. Good for him. So we're off to the kitchen next, right?
Yeah, where he makes this is just, I guess, a stoner sandwich, we'll call it. He just slathers mayonnaise onto bread
and bologna
bologna, mayonnaise.
Bologna. Raise your hand if you frickin' eat bologna. Do you eat bologna, Art?
I haven't had bologna in a long time, but
my mom would buy bologna, and I thought
we'd had it when kids.
I thought
that was lunch, school lunches.
Oh my God!
Like
I would peel off the ridiculous, the skin around it. I'd peel that off and eat that.
Yeah.
Because I could the middle. I didn't get. It's fake meat. Everybody, don't do it. But he eats it.
Yeah.
And he's using
slaps it on the sandwich. But while he's watching it, he's watching like a sexy woman on the TV, and he's putting mayonnaise on the sandwich, and we're just getting all sorts of weird vibes from what he's doing here.
Yeah.
He eats chaws into that big sandwich.
But he realizes that he's using a bread knife.
Yes.
The bread knife is covered in blood.
Yeah.
So he ate some blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what he thinks he realizes is the killer that he's just been told that there were murders. Oh my God, the killer's here in my house right now.
Because he also sees your favorite cat, Bones. Bones. Bones is chawing on an eyeball.
Yes.
What is up with that?
Yeah.
He's chawing on an eyeball.
So Anton hasn't seen that eyeball. Like, hasn't seen. This is where the movie. You can't do that. I don't want to be somebody that picks things apart like that. But you are going like, so there's all this stuff. But I guess he's just such a slacker. He wasn't noticing
paying
things.
Attention.
Yeah.
He can buy dog food in a giant 50-pound bag, but he can't see an eyeball on the floor.
Yeah. So he's freaking out. Like you said. The dog goes upstairs with him. They go into the bed.
But that's another awesome scene with the dog where you're around the corner, you don't see anything. And then into view comes the dog being pushed on his butt.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned
cute.
Yes.
I just thought, they want it to be funny. It feels a bit like that, like weird science-y kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes upstairs, and he's the dog and him are in the bed.
Yep. Right. Oh, great shot of him and the dog under the covers. The dog's getting some good time here. He's only in Act 1, the dog.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
But everybody goes to the parents' room. He goes in the parents' room with the dog under the bed, like you said.
Yes.
But we noticed that the lamp is knocked over and there's blood on it. Blood on the floor.
He didn't notice that. He was just getting into the bed. Yeah.
He tries to find the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees the writing on the ceiling, so he runs downstairs and slips on the eyeball.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Slips on that eyeball.
So he's realizing and putting together now that his parents are.
Well, because he knocks over that beautiful display. Yeah. And here's my problem with fake pumpkins. So when he knocks those things over, when they fall, the pumpkins break. And lo and behold, the mom and dad are there. They're dead. And the mom has a missing eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a couple thoughts.
Okay.
Not tearing a movie apart. It's my instinct of what is killer, ghost, monster doing. Okay, so we have a killer in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
The killer takes the time to write on the ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. Killer doesn't take the time to clean up the blood. Nope, doesn't take the time to do any of that. But takes the meticulous time to take all the stuffing out of the display of the two scarecrow people, put the parents in those clothes, put them back up, make sure they're erect, put the pumpkins back on them. So that's a lot. That is a lot. Good for you, killer. You're really, for what is my question? For what reason? To hide the bodies?
It's sort of like in some of the old slasher movies, Eric, where the killer takes a lot of time making booby traps out of the bodies for our final girl to go through the house.
Or stuffing people in places so when you open it, they come out like one of those old ironing boards.
And then, I always think about that, and I'm always like, what if it didn't work? Would they be like, oh, man, I spent so much time, and she just walked by the Murphy bed and didn't open it. Like, so
the killer's like, son of a bitch, she didn't go for it. He starts like throwing rocks at the door to see if she'll open it. Go on, open the door. Open the cut. I spent so much time. They're really good. The heads are really good, the prosthetic heads, because they're not the characters. However, the pumpkins, either the mom used fake pumpkins or they didn't go far enough to think that when they split the pumpkins open, you're going to see that they're fake. Because I was like, oh, Michael's pumpkins. Joanne's fabrics. So they were really good prosthetic heads of the dead parents with one eye.
Yeah. So obviously he's freaked out. Like you said, you're thinking, oh, the murderer's here. And so he goes to, where would you go? What would you do, Eric?
You would run outside to throw up.
Yes.
I love he's so affected that he throws up. I just thought he goes, where does he go right after that? All I have is he
goes to get his friends.
Yeah, and he gets jump scared by his friends. Yeah. But the friends show up at his place. Yeah, and for some reason they're very distracted by the video on TV.
And this would have been a thing at the time too, Eric. In the sort of late 90s, there was this thing of sort of, I would say like certain types of videos were to be like singers entertaining at like a big pool, and there's all sorts of women in bikinis, and that's like the whole video. Like it is just sort of a party.
This one's even more. I think it's called.
Yes, but I think those were it was kind of a debate, I remember, in the culture about should MTV be showing these videos, and they would only show them later at night.
Yeah, I remember some of those videos.
Yeah, they would be. They were getting pretty, like you see here.
This was a lot of booty in the camera.
So, yes, and Mick and Panub are really interested in that video.
They're like, they're dancing, they're all moving around.
They're dancing. So they don't even see the body.
They don't see the dead parents on the floor with the fake pumpkins.
Yeah.
But when they do, Panub, which I think is technically, when we see Penub's journey, it sounds like we're in a completely different movie. This is like some.
I will say though, Eric, very distinctive. We complain in some movies how they're like the names of the characters are Karen, Chris, Bill, Bob, Penub. You're not going to confuse Penub.
But in a weird, what I think is against his character, he decides to try to do CPR on the dad. And
his version of CPR is just really pounding on the dad's chest with his hand, which isn't, a bad instinct.
Yeah, teenagers don't know that much about CPR sometimes.
But he tells him where he learned it from, the CPR, which makes total sense.
Where did he say he learned it?
Baywatch.
Oh, Baywatch. There you go. See, I wouldn't have learned anything. But they're not going to be recovered because they're dead. And then Seth Green finds a piece of ripped gray shirt.
It's a clue.
Yeah, and it matches right now. You can see there's a rip on Anton's shirt.
And Anton notices that, right?
Yeah.
He notices it on his shirt and he sort of moves his robe or whatever over so that they can't see it.
Yes, and I know these shirts, these are the stretchy spandex cotton type of lightweight sweater shirts. And there's no way, Art, that if someone was grabbing you, they would be able to rip a full half circle out of it. That shirt would rip.
It looks like it was cut. It looks like it was
cut. There's no way it would rip. I'm just pointing that out. Pick another shirt, everybody. But there's also more blood on the floor, Art. I don't get this either, but it's scrawled out ANT.
Yes.
And it looks like it's all capital letters. It looks very similar to what you would think the writing on the ceiling was.
Yes.
But
and it's down by the dresser. And what I like is this is stoner comedy stuff that's kind of, they're all going, were they killed by ants?
Yes.
Did you have a psycho aunt?
Yeah.
Like aunt? Like they're trying to put it together. We as the audience are like, it's clearly somebody trying to write Anton on the floor.
While they're dying.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And then here's where I missed the whole point where I guess you got takeout from the burger place. What's it called? Gorilla Burgers? No.
Burger Jungle. Burger Jungle.
And it's a bag of fries or something and it falls. And there's two deep fried ears in the bag. So
earrings, Erik, as one of them points out. Earrings.
Yeah, and they're all. Here's another thing they point out. They're very honed in on clues for stoners, but they're like, I think they said they're two left ears.
Yeah.
So it's not a set of ears. It must be from two people. And they
immediately put together the twins that were murdered at the Burger Jungle.
Right. What a coincidence that they're in the bag. And then, go ahead, there's more. Seth Green's really a detective here.
Yeah. Well, they go into the kitchen. Right.
Yeah.
And so,
he says,
this is where I was. Go ahead, Erik.
He looks at Anton and he goes, they're so trying to be like, there's no way you could have done it. He goes, the killer was wearing your shirt. And then Anton holds up his hand and says, the killer was wearing me. And his hand all of a sudden has that paint from the ceiling, which is glowing big time.
Yes.
And here's what I noticed, because I have to, because I have a haunt and UV paint can be very helpful. But it also, we have a dark magic realm in another place and we just put UV lights in. So whenever you walk in there with cotton or something that glows. So he's holding up his hand and you can see the cotton of his sleeve is also glowing. And I don't think it's the paint. So there you can tell someone's got a UV light going, all right, there you go. That looks good. So I just thought that was odd that all of a sudden he has UV paint clearly visible on his hand.
And this is also, Erik, why I pointed out earlier that Anton had clocked that the shirt had the rip on it. And so he was trying to conceal it, but then it seemed like he wasn't trying to conceal it. It's, so Seth got to see it. Yeah. And so Seth's putting it together.
But then they go in the kitchen, Art, and here's another great line.
Go ahead.
Where Seth goes, I'm going to call 911. What's the number?
And then,
Anton pulls out the telephone cord with great violence. So the telephone cord doesn't just come out of the wall. A little chunk of the wall comes out. So he's very all of a sudden
Well, the hand, he's
vicious. Yeah, and then that's when Mick opens the fridge.
Yeah, Mick opens the fridge to put it between them.
Yeah.
Because he's getting a little freaked out.
Yeah.
But we should point out, and this is I like this, what they're doing here. Anton's performance in here, slowly what's going to be happening is his performance is somebody going like, I'm your friend and I really genuinely don't want to hurt you, but that he can't control the hand.
Yeah, so he's not exactly sure yet, but like, why
this is slowly starting to happen. Yeah.
And it's really good. The Sawa does a great job acting here. It's hard to do this kind of thing, so I thought he was doing a good job. But Mick asks him if he wants a beer and hands him a beer. He says no thanks and smashes the beer.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're like, oh, it makes a jagged edge on the side of the beer bottle. And then we cut out into the living room and Panub is out there.
Yep.
And
he hears a scream. Yeah. He hears Mick scream.
And then we learn what happened to Mick.
It's great. I thought it was awesome. It was very original for what
Mick. There's a bottle. The bottle that we saw smashed is jammed with the cap still on. We should say the cap still on, so that the neck of the bottle is sticking out. It's just jammed into Mick's forehead, as if it just got impaled his forehead, and it's sticking out.
Yeah,
and so you immediately think the strength that it would take, Erik, to do that, because that's your skull up there.
Got to go through the skull. Yep.
Yeah. Is amazing. And so that's how Mick got it.
Yep. And he drops dead, and Anton is right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And I love when, I think it's Anton goes up to him, or was it Panub, to the dead Mick. And he's like picking up his head, and you can hear, you must have heard it with your, you must have been.
You can hear whatever the liquid is inside the bottle is sloshing around as Panub is moving Mick's head around. I thought that was a nice detail. I didn't, but then I was like, but the bottle was smashed. I'm trying to put together, is it blood in there? Is it,
Could be anything. It's liquid, that's for sure, but very, very funny. And it doesn't seem like Anton really still knows what's going on, but I think this is where we think, wait a minute, Anton's hand is possessed. It's like starting to like move on its own, and he's holding it and doing a great job of the hand. Like it's not making those noises. I am, but I thought, well, this is cool. His hand. Remember watching it for the first time? I'm like, oh wait, his hand is possessed. What?
Yes, yeah. Because at this point, this is what I was talking about before. He's starting to realize this too. I can't control my hand, and I don't. No, and so Panub is getting freaked out, and Panub is and of course we're starting to think now too, oh, so maybe Anton is the one who's murdering everybody. And the rug is being pulled out or something from under us.
And he's chasing Panub, and you can tell that Anton still is not possessed by his mind, because he's like, don't go down the cellar, there's no exit down there,
you can't get out. And so Panub goes down the stairs into the basement, and so Anton breaks through the door. The hand punches right through the door, and Anton's coming down into the basement, and the whole way down the stairs is a physical comedy performance of Anton trying to stop the hand, and because the hand will do things like it'll go like whoosh. I'm like, like
it's pulling him down the stairs.
It's pulling him down the stairs. Yeah,
he's using the railing and stuff, and I like. Panub goes, why are you doing this? And Anton's like, I don't know. He grabs a screwdriver. He's trying to kill him with a screwdriver, and he's missing and stuff. So
but Panub gets by and starts to head up the stairs, and he's kind of saying to Anton, I'll help, I'll go get help. And the hand grabs a circular saw blade off the work table and lets it go, and it at first, it's one of those ones they do it a lot in horror movies, obviously, where we don't know exactly. It looks like the saw blade kind of missed him, maybe, possibly, because he doesn't seem phased. But then the blood starts to come out of his neck, and he starts to say something, and his head falls off backwards. But when it rolls and hits the ground, he finishes his sentence. Yeah.
Yeah, he just goes, cool. But we watched when we first started our, 20 years ago, when we first started our podcast, we did The Monkey.
Yes.
Same thing. And that was recent. That's 2025. A woman's head is being severed, but it's the same thing. You see a red line, and then the head falls off. And I thought, okay, so we've all seen that now. So just show us. Just do something different. Surprise us by showing. I mean, not this movie, not Idle Hands, because it was done first, but show the freaking saw blade going fring, through the neck, and then maybe have just the head pop up a little, whoop. But still a good effect and practical effects with the head rolling down. So I thought that was cool, and I think that Anton's the actor's doing a great job with his hand being possessed. Right? So here's your comedy, Art. Here's that comedy you wanted in Idle Hands on the couch.
I think, so here's the thing, Erik. That first time I put it on, I was out before any of this.
Oh,
before
wow.
any of this stuff.
So
I was out when he found his mom and dad, and he went next or whatever, and Mick and Penub started coming in. I checked out then. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So I didn't get to any of this stuff the first time I saw it, just for the record.
Oh, wow. Well, you did,
this was all new for me on this time.
Tell me this then, while we're there, watching it now, were you ready to check out?
No, I think I was getting on the movie's wavelength. I do want to say, though, my first watch through for this podcast, I felt a little like I wanted it to be funnier, or I wanted it, going back to our conversation about the police officers. I felt like I wanted a little more out of it at this point. But I was in a little bit because I was like, oh, all this crazy stuff is happening. So I'm getting the idea.
You get a little bit of comedy now because he's sitting on the couch and he realizes something's definitely wrong. So, like this. And then the hand decides it's TV time. So the hand grabs the remote and
puts on the TV. And then there's something on the hand is on the TV. What is that? It's like a cartoon, but the hand is real. And the hand comes up out of the ground next to a tree. I like this little visual. It's very interesting. And then some letters appear underneath. And
there was apparently in that time era, there was a lot of television shows about hands because they have a battle with the remote. And every time they're doing the remote, when the hand gets it, it's another hand show. I'm like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I'm like, so the hand is controlling the TV or the TV shows on TV. I was thinking that too. But it is great physical comedy because Devon Sawa is doing all of this. He's fighting his own hand over the remote control.
And Art, it feels like he is not in control of his hand, and that the hand is acting on its own. It has its own personality. So I really
Bones gets an action scene here because Bones gets involved in the fight over the remote control.
Yep. And
Bones the cat.
The hand is not happy when Anton's like, ha ha, because he got control. So yeah, the hand takes it out on animals, which you shouldn't do, Art. You shouldn't take it out on your fellow feline friends.
Bones, it launches Bones, the cat, through the window and across the street.
I just like to have fun with that art, certain things, because I thought the trajectory of the cat flew across the sky practically and across the street. So I thought the angle of the window, it doesn't matter. But the cat being twirled around like a shot put or whatever, like out the window. I thought That was pretty
And
funny.
it lands in the bushes across the street at Jessica Alba's house.
Oh, yeah, Molly. Conveniently, and the cat is okay because cats survive. Dogs, where's the dog right now?
When you said earlier it disappeared, that was one of my questions I had. I'm like, I guess the
dog's gone. Dog's not
gone from the movie. And Bones, it is that thing sometimes in movies where they want to make sure the audience knows the animal's okay, not dead. Because I think you hear Bones, right, go like, or something after
and
he
for
lands
some
in the
reason it's
bushes.
usually the cat, but the dog, they usually have no problem axing a dog. But I guess okay, can we talk about the hand for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to discuss. So what we've realized is that Anton's hand is possessed for some reason. Okay, and then the hand, based on the stuff we found, like the severed ears, the hand must have been possessing Anton, right? And going and doing these killings, or not. But if the ears made their way to the house, did Anton know that the ears were in the bag, or is Anton newly possessed? That's one thing.
Oh, with the ears and the onion rings, I don't think Anton is. I think we're supposed to think Anton has been possessed for a couple of days or like a 48 hours or something.
So then
he did those murders.
So he killed the twins.
And he after he murdered the twins, he brought home that food. With the onion rings in it.
All right? So we got that. Right. All right. Let's say that.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's
say that's the case.
Okay.
So Anton is asleep when the hand is doing the murders, except for now. And then wait, there's more. So if he's asleep, is the hand dragging his sleeping body around and doing these unbelievable feats, like putting his parents in a scarecrow outfit?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm like, wait.
No, but I'll ask you. So if that's the case, I don't know that he's dragging the sleeping body around. Maybe he's possessed. But is it the case that the cinnamon and the nutmeg and oregano mixture is what severed that ability of the hand to put him in deep slumber and carry out murders?
No, Art.
No,
because he only did that after he killed his parents. So after the other murders. So the nutmeg has nothing to do with it. So
no. I don't think the nutmeg has to do with the possession. I'm saying up until he did the nutmeg and the oregano mixture.
Yeah.
He was the possession was able to work. But once he did the nutmeg and the oregano, the hand couldn't do that anymore.
Oh my God.
That was what I was thinking.
This is amazing.
Eric. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tyler, if you're listening, bud, look what we're doing to this movie. We're like, listen, it was the nutmeg. How did he get across town?
No, but
I need to know answers.
Curious.
I need answers.
I don't think there's an answer.
No, there's no answers. But anyway, the hand
throwing the cat across the street is our way for him to go over to see Jessica Alba.
Yes, and here's where we're going to be kind to me. We're going to be kind, Art, to me and to you, because I saw this a long time ago. So my feelings about this particular character lingered, but we have to understand that Jessica Alba's fairly new to the scene, but she's about 17 years old in the movie. Okay, just pointing it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's not the Jessica Alba from Fantastic Four right now or Maxim magazine. So the hand is able to have incredible strength because it grabs the porch and throws basically Anton over the porch and goes immediately to the buzzer like it's just anxious to kill someone else. Like,
it's out of the house.
Yeah, and it is Molly who comes to the door, and she's wearing something different,
a sleeping outfit,
pajamas.
But like with a bit. I'll just say it, Eric, with like a bare midriff.
Yep.
And
short
shorts.
A cat.
And very different from.
Yes.
I looked it up, and very different from how they've presented Molly in the things we've seen up to this point.
I will say, indeed, Art, indeed, because she does have a robe, but it's one of those more thinner robes, and that's open.
Yeah.
And has a black cat on her top, which is unbelievably, I don't think, is it a string bikini top? But it's a nighttime top, so it's a tank top crop top.
Yeah. But it's very different than we've seen her before, and it made me curious about the movie, what the decisions were behind the scenes and things.
Yeah. And Art, this is where I'll point out that it was written by two people, a male and a female wrote this. So, but right now we are getting the idea that Molly just is into Anton. She just, even though they haven't really hung out, Anton's bloody right now. He's got blood on him.
He's not looking good. And keep in mind, he keeps trying to control his hand, which is out of control at this point. Yeah.
And I'm sure you're eager to go through some of the dialogue here.
Not really.
Okay.
But
Then I will. Okay. Because it's just normal dialogue. Mm-hmm. It's normal dialogue. So the cat was in the bushes and he was messing around in there. And so he says, oh, sorry about your bush. I was looking for my cat. We got in a fight. And then Molly's like, oh, so you ran and hid in my bush? Yeah. And that's all. It's normal conversation, Art.
It's normal conversation. And it's, Erik, I'm like, it's not funny.
No, and
it's not funny.
They're very young, but she's syrupy. She is right. She turned to, I have a notebook and I'm being mindful because I have a helmet when I'm on my motorcycle, to I am dripping with sexuality right now, and I'm not really smart. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but when she's like, oh, let's just skip all this getting to know each other. I'm not clear on that, but and then she goes to bring him in the house, like, you want to come in? And almost to the camera, she gives this look like, oh, I'm going to get laid. I was like, what's going on here?
They show her in the foreground.
Oh my God.
This is where I'm a little confused, because is the hand confused about what's going on?
Because the hand doesn't
it's almost
kill her.
like the hand doesn't want to go into the house with her, because they close the door and the hand goes bump and goes across the window as if the hand is being brought in. It's a quick thing where I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. The hand would want to be
because the hand has been killing everybody. So I thought it would just grab, the cat and start beating Jessica Alba with it, but it doesn't. Here's what I want to point out, Art. Maybe you've noticed it, because I was watching it with different eyes because, time has passed. But it seems to me like from now on, every single female that we get introduced to in Idle Hands is super horny and doesn't really care about how they're being treated by anybody else. Just want to point that out.
It does have a different feel at the beginning of this movie. I will say that.
And Molly, there's no parents around apparently, but Molly immediately brings him into her bedroom with this is my bedroom. Doink, 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 doink.
Yeah. And it's kind of gratuitous. I mean, the hand just grabs her rear end.
Oh my! It is a solid butt cheek grab, and she leans over, but she's like almost waving her butt a little bit. But yes, what you're going to say? Go ahead, and say it, because I was also.
It's almost like she's turned on by it, in a way.
She goes, "Ooh, I didn't think you would, have the courage to do something like that." And then he goes, I'm dangerous. And she goes, oh yeah, how dangerous? But she was excited by his massive manhandling.
Yeah.
So we're in Idle Hands going, oh, so in this world, the girls are into it. They love being manhandled. She says, I'm impressed. And she pushes him on the bed. Now she's like, let's go.
And meanwhile, the hand is just constantly trying to kill her.
Right.
So she's going in for a kiss, and the hand's going around the side of her head to strangle her, and he's pulling the hand off. It like I said, choreography wise, it's done well. He's doing a good job here, because she has to remain oblivious, but the hand is out of control. He's trying not to let on. it's good. It's very weird.
It is
the
weird. The
subtext of everything.
She's making out. He tries to strangle her, and she just goes, and then when he stops, she's like, "Oh, okay, let's keep going." She doesn't sit up and goes,
"What the hell were you just trying to do?" Yeah.
So,
but he gets the idea. Hand, right? I'm gonna. He rips off something like a bathrobe thing or something. He's a strip of linen or something, and he's like, "I'll tie the hand to the headboard." That's what it is. And she thinks he's being kinky. She even says it.
Says,
yeah.
Ooh, and she says it in such a.
I know.
Ooh,
this is not.
You're kinky.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, girl, you're in danger. You've just been given 3 signs that this guy's a little rapey here. What's going on?
Yeah.
But are they playing her? It seems like she's being played. She was sort of, I'm smart. But now she's being played as, no. I am filled with air.
Yeah, what she's being played as is what you would think of as the supporting female character in like an 80s sex comedy, like in high school or something. Like,
and not one of the main characters, yeah.
No. I was like, is she going to be a hero along the way with this journey? Is she going to be... I just wasn't sure, so...
So meanwhile... right? Meanwhile...
Who's our meanwhile now?
Meanwhile, our hunter is driving her RV. It's just a shot of the hunter going to... That's it.
Yeah. We haven't remember her. We haven't seen her in so long. Yeah. They have to remind us.
Oh yeah,
that Vivica Fox is in the movie.
Right. But here's where I was a little confused too, because some time has passed, and Jessica Alba is grabbing her robe closed, right? But they're still fully dressed, so it's not morning, I don't think. But she says another interesting bit of dialogue. She says, "We'll have to pick this up later, because my parents might take offense at some dirty, bloody boy banging their daughter." That's what she says. And she's not saying it like, this is an awful thing. She's like, they might not appreciate that, but I'm into it.
It's very weird.
But I thought because her robe was closed that she was naked under there, but she's not. She's fully dressed, because you can see... I'm always spying on clothes to see what people are wearing and whether or not it's appropriate for bedtime. But she's still got her tank top on. So I don't get it.
Let's stop here for just 1 second, Erik.
Okay.
No, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
If you're making this movie, don't you want this character to be more like a Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice, more of a, so that like she gets involved. I'm trying to think of how to write this so she works as a character.
I agree, because right now you're thinking that this character is not important at all.
Yeah.
That because what is her importance? That's my question.
And is this where she introduces are they going to go to the dances?
I think it might be here, but I'm going where he leaves and he goes to his backyard, which is lit up like Suspiria, right? Red and green, and he's burying his friends and parents in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying, I think unsuccessfully, to be funny in the way he's like, "I'm sorry, parents, I failed you," or whatever. But then he hears groaning coming from the ground, and it's Mick's voice from under the ground, right?
Yep. Which I like. At first I was thinking, is he hallucinating this? Is he going crazy?
Yeah. And he says he's not dead.
Yeah. Mick is like, "Get me out of here."
Yeah. So I have no idea what's going on, because I thought, oh no, they're dead. One of them's headless, right?
Yeah. So I didn't know what was happening here. Mick is gonna come up out of the ground.
Bottle on his head. Yep.
But it looks good. He comes right up out of the dirt. They clearly buried that's green, and he rises up out of it with this bottle stuck in his head, and he comes up, and Anton's scared, so he wants to grab the shovel, and he goes to grab the shovel, but then 2 hands come up and grab the shovel.
Yep.
And that's our other friend, Panub.
Yep. Minus the head.
Yeah.
But
Panub.
I think the head is on the ground. He almost trips on it. He's like, "Watch out, dumbass," or something like that.
So I guess he didn't bury the head when he was burying everybody.
Or maybe when the corpse came up, the head was, I don't know. But here's where I don't know why, but he hits Anton over the head with the shovel and knocks him unconscious. When you get hit with a shovel, you know how many times you've been hit with a shovel, right? Well, I can't even count.
I've lost.
It's amazing
count.
You're unscathed, like your skin isn't cracked open. Nothing. There's no giant half a grapefruit welt. You're just doing. It's like Three Stooges. Wow! You just get hit. But we're cutting to he's back in his room upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm. So I think we're supposed to think like he wakes up thinking, "Oh man, has this all been a dream?"
And that's what we're thinking. Because how the hell did he get back upstairs?
Right.
You got to drag somebody up there, dude.
And I did think for a second. I said, "Oh, was that whole thing with Seth and with Mick and Penub? Was that part him hallucinating that they had come to life?" But find out, no.
Nope. Comes downstairs, and they're sitting on that couch.
They've gone right back into their mode of the way they were in life, but they are clearly dead.
Yep.
Undead.
Watching TV.
They're undead.
They're zombies.
Well, they try to clarify that. I said, they know Eric's watching this movie. There's a little conversation about, because he says, so you guys like zombies? Are you going to rise up and eat flesh or something? They're asking the questions Erik would ask.
I would too. Be like, so what's the deal here? Why? How come the parents aren't? What happened there? But they explain it, Art.
Yeah. They died.
They died.
And they were heading to heaven. The big light was there down the end of a long hallway, and they heard Enya.
And all these chicks sing.
But Erik, true to their slacker mentality, it was a long way down that hallway.
Really far. Yeah. So what are you going to do? But here's what I also like is they didn't have to do this, and they did, is Penub's head's gone, but it's on the chair next to them. And it's not sitting on the cushion like you would think, the actors could just put his head on. It's sideways. It's an animatronic and sometimes even CGI. And he's throwing cheesy poofs, trying to get cheesy poofs into its mouth. And I thought, you guys, this is good. Because they could have just cheated, right?
Meanwhile, his body is in the kitchen, also getting snacks, and trying to pour the potato chips and stuff and cheesy poofs down its open neck wound.
Yeah, that's right, because he's not sitting on the couch yet.
Yeah. So Anton is trying to figure out, what do I do?
Yeah,
here.
And Seth Green is like, Anton, I got to ask, what's with the hand? And he's like, it's possessed. And he thinks because they're back from the dead, he's like, what do you guys know about, the devil and possession? They're like, I don't know.
They're like, we're not evil. You murdered us.
Yeah.
Like, we got murdered.
Like, we didn't go to hell. I mean, we're going to heaven, but. So this is where that neighbor comes in. Remember the one at the beginning?
He says, who can I talk to? And they suggest Randy. The neighbor,
which was the guy.
This
earlier.
Goes to our discussion earlier, Erik. The Quiet Riot, Randy needed to be a different type of heavy metalish or satanic vibe. You kind of just got a black T-shirt and but
he's got a muscle T-shirt. He's got the long blonde hair. He's a known actor too, but he looks more like he goes to the gym, but is kind of a bully versus he should have more like piercings and black eyeliner,
upside down cross, earring or something, right? Something like
big
that.
Ass truck,
or but the truck should have like a devil's on the
nothing
stenciled on it or something.
I may have had this is probably me thinking that it had, but I thought it had the hauling ass thing with the girl sitting. It says hauling ass.
He does have those flaps, I think, right? He does have those.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they have to go to Burger Jungle.
Yeah, they have
to go. They're going to find.
No, this is confusing,
right?
Because they say you got to go talk to Randy. And we cut to Randy's at the Burger Jungle.
Yes.
Because there's a memorial outside the Burger Jungle.
Yep.
Where I will say this, the Burger Jungle, where 2 employees were brutally murdered, is still open today.
Still open.
It's open and functioning.
Yeah, it's doing well.
And it's doing well, but maybe because people are coming to the memorial, they drop off the memorial and they go have a banana burger. I don't know what they serve at the burger jungle.
What are they? Yeah.
That's good.
A jungle shake.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
So, but there's people putting down flowers, and we see Randy's at the memorial, and he's hitting on this woman that's putting down. Now, is this going to be Tanya? Is this Tanya who we're going to see later? But we don't learn her name now. But,
Tanya, yep. And we don't even care who this is right now.
Because it just seems like an interaction that doesn't matter.
Yep. And he's gross. He's trying to pick her up. And he's asking her if she's still in high school because he graduated like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's gross. So she leaves because Anton's like, you got to help me. And then
all of a sudden from around the corner, we see Anton walking down the street and doing just like he's got the hand. It's pulling him. He's pulling it back. It's full Jim Carrey-ish type of performance that he's coming down. No, he does a good job, but I'm just saying. So they said go talk to Randy. Does he know Randy's at the burger jungle? Does he know? How did he get there? Did he walk? What's this town?
I kind of
it was just weird. I felt like there was something missing somewhere.
Here's where we didn't need it, but we didn't need it because he asks Randy if he'll help him. Randy says no, and then does not get arrested when he basically drives through the tribute to the dead twins. He drives right over the flowers and everything.
And this whole thing, Eric,
what is
this
that?
whole scene? I'm wondering what happened here because he goes to Randy and the thing is, Randy, it blows him off. So Anton says, I'm going to catch, Randy goes to go through the drive-through of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And so
after driving through the tribute, so I'm like,
Anton takes the I guess it's the clothes on the tribute of the dead twins.
Clothes. It's a safari hat and a jacket, and he puts it on
and goes into the burger jungle.
Yes,
and goes into the kitchen and
to the drive-through window. Yeah,
and his hand is going crazy because his hand goes into the kitchen and sees knives, the fryolator, I did think that was kind of funny. You could tell the hand is like all these things I could use to kill people, right? But I'm thinking like, Eric, I mean, you work at a place, you're like no employee seems to be like, the hell is this guy running into the kitchen that we've never seen before?
Yep.
And
there's a throwaway line art where the guy he's like, oh, I'm new. But
I just started.
Big takeaway from that scene was, why is a bowl of raw meat right next to the takeout? Because the hand is like in the raw meat.
Yeah.
Thought, why is it right next to the cash register?
Yeah, this is not. And so he catches, Randy comes through the drive-through and gives an order. And so they have their little exchange of advice. Yep. Randy's going to give him some advice here.
Yep. And this is the movie title.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's like, well, you know what I do? He goes, I got to keep my hands busy because idle hands are the devil's playground. And that's the only info he gives them. And I thought we took like 8 minutes of our time to get here from a person we don't even know. Like you said, is this Tanya? And I'm like, yeah, it's Tanya because I watched the rest of Idle Hands and knew, and she was wearing red. So that helped me to remember who she was. But otherwise, I'm like, wow. Oh.
I did the same thing as you. We're going to meet Tanya later.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. And I actually went back to kind of go like, okay, that is her.
Yep.
So that's all we get. This is the title of the movie, and it sets up what I think should have been set up earlier. This all should have been shifted earlier. We're getting to almost the halfway point of the movie at this point. So he's at home, and what he's decided, we're back. He's with Mick and Panub.
Sitting in the middle of them. They're all watching, I think, Rob Zombie again. I'm not sure if it's again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's knitting. And it's still going on, even in the late 90s. It's like, that seems a little gay to me or something like that. I was like, wow, still going on there. But another head thing, what I liked is that Penub's head was upside down.
Yes.
So I'm just hats off to the filmmakers for that, because they took the harder choices, the head upside down, and smoking weed in the head.
And he thinks, and it does, I have to say, I think it does seem to be working. If he's knitting, it seems like the hand is not out of control because it's active, right?
You know what?
Knitting and he's doing a job.
The hand has probably ADHD. That's what it is.
Right. Right.
The hand
so
should be.
Give it a focused task and it's a little.
Adderall, something.
Yeah. But he's like maniacally knitting. He's working those knitting needles.
And your two favorite actors in the entire movie show up.
Yeah, they show up. Mm-hmm.
Opening the door here because my hand was a little needed to open the door.
So the cops are back. The cops, they
why are they back, Art? Do you think because
a noise complaint? They say a noise complaint.
But
so I guess
for movie reasons, we know why they're here.
Yes,
we don't even care about these guys.
No.
Yeah, but they think Anton's the killer because they see a freaking corpse alive,
and they shoot Penub in the head. One of them shoots Penub.
Yep, they don't like that, Art. So
yeah.
The stoners are like, yeah, just kill him.
But Anton doesn't want to. Once again, this is a good setup. Anton is furiously knitting to keep the hand under control.
Yep.
And the cops are like, and Anton says, prison, good idea. He says, I think that's the best idea. They'll throw me in, they'll see I'm insane, and they'll put me in a padded room for the rest of my life. I can't hurt it.
Yeah, and he's like, cuff me. Like, put the needles down.
But he can't put the needles down because he knows what'll happen. It's a standoff with him knitting and the cops yelling at him with the handcuffs.
But really,
and I thought this was a good little setup here.
Yes, and I guess
that this standoff.
The actor actually learned somehow to knit a little bit for the movie. I thought for Idle Hands, that's pretty good for learning.
And he's going, but then he misses a stitch, Erik.
Yep.
Misses the stitch. And so
that's annoying. That makes you angry.
Right.
Yep. So what are you going to do? You're going to take that extra long knitting needle.
Extra long.
Long. Yeah. And it goes right through the first cop's ears. Poink, poink.
Yes.
And his face, it was kind of funny. He's like, oh, the whole time. Oh.
Yeah, so first cop gets it, and then the second cop, the hand gets his taser. And right in the face, so the taser prongs are sort of in the guy's face, and it just fries him up.
Yeah. I don't know if you know about tasers, but there's a whole, I think John Oliver did a thing on tasers. And, when you see them depicted in movies versus real life, interesting. But apparently this taser has a volume control on it because I guess a cop can set it to stun or fry. So I thought, okay, wow, that's a taser. It fries him and he drops dead. Right next to the other cop.
Yeah. And so now at this point, Anton is like, I need to get rid of this hand is what he thinks.
It's only one option.
Yeah. So he goes into the kitchen and he's going to try and get rid of his hand with, I should say, comically, Mick and Penub are going to watch on as he's
they kind of roll with everything that's happening. But do you have one of these at home to cut your hand off, Art?
A bagel slicer,
bagel guillotine,
a bagel guillotine,
Surprise!
Which Penub is like, I don't know, man, that thing barely cut bagels.
Yep,
I think
which is pretty funny. And he's talking with his head on the counter. He brings his animatronic and CG sometimes head and puts it on the counter. So pretty good. And good job for Seth Green with his acting in this one. He's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. And so he tries the bagel thing doesn't work. It's not going to cut your hand off.
So what do you need?
So, electric knife, which unfortunately the cord won't reach to where they need to go.
I thought was funny. Seth, he's like, get me the cutter, and he brings it over. He's like, look at me, I'm Leatherface. And then it comes out of the wall. So they're not even taking any of this seriously. They're like, yeah, we'll cut your hand off.
They're and then he grabs the big cleaver out of the drawer. And we have it's kind of a fun little shot. The cleaver's trying to cut the hand off, but the hand keeps moving.
Yep, hands getting out of the way.
And they did a good job with it. It doesn't look too sped up or anything, but it looks like the hand is avoiding the cleaver.
Yep.
But he solves the problem with Penub's head.
Yes,
Penub's head standing on the island of the counter, and he puts his hand. He says, "Bite." Down on the hand, so Penub bites down on the hand to keep it still, to keep it.
Yeah, but he also has his headless corpse holding his head too, which I thought was a good. Yep, and he hacks it off. And this is not the Evil Dead school of hacking where it takes like 6 or 7 times. He's just a one and done, blam, and cuts it off. And another nod to how they love women in Idle Hands. One of them says, "You scream like a girl."
Yeah, but Mick is really good with his medical knowledge. I mean, he takes an iron and just slams it onto the now open wound on the end of Anton's arm.
Yeah.
And it steams it.
Just a couple things, Art. Just
a couple of questions.
I'm not tearing it apart. I'm just, in this particular world, you got to make up their mind.
Yep.
So you got to plug in that electric knife, the carver, right? So it's already plugged in, but it doesn't make it. Is everything plugged in this house? Because the iron is piping hot when he brings it over, but it's not plugged in.
Yes.
So I'm just, how do irons work? Are irons always hot? Is that how that works? I don't know. I don't iron much. So,
but it cauterizes it. It does it.
Yeah.
And he gets his medical knowledge not from Baywatch. Mick gets it from ER, which would have been the big show back then. That would have been.
I guess, Art, what we're saying here is that really, if you get stoned and watch a lot of TV, it can enhance your life because, one, you don't give a shit about really anything. Nothing affects you badly. And two, you learn so many things, like how to cauterize a wound, how to, do CPR. So I don't know.
And this is all with these stoner characters. It's like there's another movie that this is going to remind you of, and made a little later, Pineapple Express. This idea of violence and doing things while people are stoned, and it just brought to mind that type of a movie. Yeah.
Well, the best idea for 2 zombies right now is because clearly Anton's mom wouldn't have this in the house. If she can't buy bags of dog food, she certainly couldn't have anesthetic or bandages. So they decide to go to Mick's
They're going to go back over to Mick's house.
And get also burritos. You want to make sure you get anesthetics and burritos.
Yeah. But that leaves Anton alone with the hand.
Yeah, with the hand. Yeah, because the hand, we don't know what the hand is right now, right? But here's what, when they leave, it's another cute, I just like, there's little bits where it's just like, oh, that wasn't necessary, but really good job, is Mick turns the body of Penub towards the door when they're heading out. And I thought, that's real. It wasn't focusing on it. You just see him do it. And I thought, good job, you guys there. So good job. But yeah, Anton's recovering and he sees on the floor, he sees a bloody message.
Yes.
Because we know how this hand loves to write. So again, taking the time, Art, to write. Bad move, Anton.
Yeah.
That's what he writes in blood, the hand. Bad move, Anton. So Anton grabs the meat cleaver, right? And just in time for the doorbell to ring, guess who's back? Back again.
Yes.
Guess who's back?
Yes.
Guess who's back? It's sexy Molly.
Yeah, Molly's at the door in her outfit for the Halloween dance.
Yes, and remember when outfits for women at Spirit Halloween included just 3 things. Sexy witch. Sorry, 4 things. Sexy vampire, somewhat sexy devil, or sexy angel. Those are your choices. So she picked sexy angel.
Yes.
And this is where the young me was like, oh, geez. Oh, geez. Because she looked she looked good in it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But go ahead. So now
she's, right? Well, but he's worried about the hand. So he doesn't want her to come.
Where is it?
She's knocking on the door. He's looking around and then he's no, don't wait, don't.
Yeah.
And she keeps saying stuff like, I'm going to come in if you don't,
Yeah,
so things like
unnecessary, just knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Why wasn't she just waiting patiently?
Yeah. But so it's to up our frustration because we're like, we don't want the hand to kill her. We don't want, and so he's looking for it. And then he sees something dripping
on the cleaver
from above him on the cleaver. And he looks up and the hand is hanging from a beam above him and just drops.
So the hand is, so we got hand, wrist, and then a little bit of the forearm. So it's got a little bit of longer thing. And the guy, as you probably know, who does the hand, he did Addams Family thing, just really good. But this is like a sinister version of that hand.
Yes, it would be as if the hand in Addams Family was in a more serious horror movie.
Yeah, and it drops on his face, and it was great effects because you kind of know how it's done, but yet it's still really well. Him wrestling with the hand when it's a real hand, when it's a prop hand, it all ties together well, I thought. This is good. I believe that there's a hand attacking his face.
And they're in the kitchen, and it really does sort of call to mind the famous Evil Dead 2 scene with Bruce Campbell fighting his own hand in the kitchen.
Yes, but Bruce just chewing the cabin scenery in that one. I mean, I gotcha. Oh. I mean,
and they've even put stuff, I think, on the soundtrack for the hand too, going like,
yeah. This hand is not making any noise.
And I think he smashed plates over his own head.
Yeah,
that movie.
Mo Larry and the Three Stooges thing where doink, 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 like that. It's just
So it's not done in that style. It's done as if he's wrestling. So he gets it and gets it into the microwave. He wrestles it into the microwave and puts the microwave on. Yeah. And it starts affecting the hand. And it's like first blood spurts are coming out of the fingers. Fingers.
When I
gross.
First saw it, this is when I hadn't seen too many gross things. This was gross. I mean, and I don't think it wasn't making noises because it doesn't have a mouth, but it was just, and he's like, yeah, gotcha, whatever he says. And then he fries the hand and it doesn't explode, just stops moving. And then he goes outside
to talk to Molly, and she's like, oh, the dance. And he brings her, I think, back over across the street to her house, right? He walks her over there, and he's like, I'll need to catch up with you because I got to get my costume ready. Is that what he's saying? Or I think he's...
No, I don't make, because he already told her.
Oh, no, he has his costume, right? Yeah. He looks like he's in costume. That's right, because he has his hand cut off.
Guess, do you need more time to put together your costume? Did you notice the bag on his hand? I love it when you don't pick up.
I didn't notice that,
Didn't notice it? It's a Target bag.
Oh,
it's got a Target bullet on it on the front. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't notice that detail.
It's funny that they chose the Target bag.
And she's like, you're not going to stand me up, are you? Ding, 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 ding with the eyes.
Right. Yeah. I just keep thinking, wow, she's kind of, for a person who writes lyrics, she's really stupid right now. You know? It's the guys are condescending and the girls are stupid, but don't care that the guys are condescending. Yeah.
So he does go.
Oh, he goes back because he sees his two zombie friends coming back with the burritos and the antiseptic. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they're going back.
Ooh,
and is this where they do their is this where they do their
two gross, like really gross moments, which work
it's
really
good
well.
And I will say, I haven't said up to this point, but this idea, we talked about a movie called An American Werewolf in London, where his friend came back as an undead and was a funny side character with him along the way, giving advice, where I definitely tied that to this, what they're doing with the Mick and Penub characters. And if you remember, I'll just remind people, there was a famous thing in that movie where his friend came back, his throat's all torn out, and he was eating breakfast, and they had a scene where he put toast in his mouth, and the toast was supposed to come out the hole in his throat. But they didn't do it in that movie. They cut it. They said it would be too gross.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out
Yep.
for what we're going to see now. And I'm like, oh, this is this director clearly, to me, connecting these things.
Oh,
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, Mick,
I think he's clearly. Yeah.
Mick decides to take care of the head problem once and for all. So he gets out a frickin' barbecue fork. You know those long barbecue forks with the wooden handle at the end? Shoves it with the heads on the table, shoves it sideways into the head. Oop. And then he takes the parts that are sticking out left and he just shoves it down the guy's neck. And Penub's like, oh, yeah. Oh, great. And the actor does a great job of not, because he can't turn his head back and forth because there's no more muscles. He keeps doing this through the rest of the movie, moving back and forth. I thought, oh, good for you. Somebody's paying attention. But that was gross.
And they have their burritos, frozen burritos.
I couldn't tell you which ones they were, but
yeah.
They're going to make burritos.
Yeah, but they go to open the microwave and gross.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
But they open it, and guess who's there? Now our hand looks terrible. It's no longer just a regular, it is just gray
it's
and
like
black.
gray, desiccated. It looks really
missing,
ugly. Yeah.
And it flies out. This hand has a lot of what is it? Something force, but it can really
it can just shoot like a rocket, like from a standstill.
From a standstill, like a jumping fighter.
They open that door of the microwave and it shoots out across the kitchen and through the window of the kitchen and out and into the night.
But they don't really care, Art. They just make the burrito.
They don't. Yeah.
And here's your scene. He eats a burrito.
Yeah. Yeah. So Penub eats the burrito and it's the burrito. The burrito starts to ooze out of the separation in his neck. But his good friend Mick, though, Mick is a good friend.
Yeah.
He goes and he finds duct tape and he wraps it around Penub's neck. And then it works. Penub's like, great, this is good. It works.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
he can eat his burrito.
That was pretty gross. Anton shows up and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, the hand got away. And we're like, what? And now we can see the hand doing its thing, crawling across the street.
Well, and then it dissolves. It's kind of a nice dissolve, but we got all this thing. Oh my God, the hand is loose. So Anton's like, oh my God, the hand is loose. We look out, the hand starts crawling along the gutter and it dissolves to a bowling alley lane.
Yeah.
And we see a gutter ball kind of, or hit one pin and it's Randy at the bowling alley. So I'm like, wait a minute. We're up at this thing where the hand has escaped. Anton's back at the house. What's going on? And I'm like, we're doing a meanwhile, Erik, all of a sudden.
It is a meanwhile. And I kind of want to, I guess I want to speed through that scene a little bit. But the only reason is because we're forgetting about Vivica A. Fox.
Right.
Because I'm calling her the hunter. And she's looking for someone who's got their hand possessed. And then she goes to the bowling alley. And Randy tries to pick her up. And it kind of works. And he's grown.
Yeah. She's kind of liking Randy, but he's kind of gross once again with the things he's saying. But he has these weird exclamations he does in this movie to punctuate scenes. But he's like, hey, I know this kid who is, he's really acting weird and Vivica's interested. And he goes, he was freaking out. Do you know what I'm talking about? He'll go like, he was freaking, man.
Yeah.
And so Vivica thinks, well, this sounds like somebody that might be that I'm looking for.
Yes.
So,
and with the exposition on this was so nice and quick. I thought, okay, good. They don't even have to mess around because we don't have the time for it. But he's like, what's your deal? And she goes, okay. So here's what her deal is. She's from a long line of druid priestesses that hunt an evil force that possesses, I quote, possesses the laziest fuck up it can find. And then it will kill as many people as possible. And then drag, quote, a free soul into the netherworld. So in this one small paragraph, we're like, okay, got it. And Randy's like, great. I know someone, like you said, with whose hand freaking out. And she goes, let's go. And she has the one thing that can stop this from happening. So we're like, okay.
That's what she says.
That's what we learned. So she's from a long line of druid priestesses. So this has been going on for a while, Art. And that's what led me to believe the guy at the prison, if for some reason the hand escaped him, how did it get to Anton?
And why? Because he was in prison and it couldn't do anything in prison, so it wanted to get out of there?
But it could have. It could have killed all the people in the prison cell.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, that's what the deal is with the hand. So now we all know. So Randy gets into that awesome vehicle with her, and they go to find.
They're gonna go to get Anton. They're gonna go after Anton. So meanwhile, back at Anton and the guys they're gonna go to the dance. They're gonna. Why is it that they decide they need to go to the dance?
They have to go to the dance because the hand loves to leave messages in blood. So the hand leaves a note scrawled in blood that says, "She's mine."
Yes.
So apparently, in just a few minutes, we've learned that the possessed hand that's on a killing spree decided that Molly was the soul that the hand is going to take back to not hell, the netherworld. Just the netherworld. Quoting what she said. So apparently, for some reason, he's picked Molly. So before they all go, the zombies are like, "Hey, you know what? Well, let's just get high." And Anton's like, "I'm done with that." And he rips off remember that little thing that was so important?
Yeah, the asthma thing.
Yeah. He rips it off, throws it away, and he's not going to do it anymore. And he's gearing up. What, do you want to stop me with the next sentence if you know it? Because, okay, so Anton's gearing up with his big speech, and he's like, because I don't want to do that anymore, and I don't want to be lazy.
Oh, is it Mick?
Mick, yeah.
Was it?
Mick says, he goes, "I loved it," because he's like, no Kevin Costner speeches. Let's just go. And I thought that was perfect. And they decide that to take Randy's Ford truck. Just as the RV shows up, they go in the truck.
Yeah. So the RV, they're kind of they're getting there. Vivica Fox and Randy are getting there in the Airstream at the same time that these guys are running out. So Randy's like, "That's him. That's the dude." And so they get in the truck, but then Vivica Fox gets hit by the truck as they're coming out, and she gets knocked onto the pavement.
I mean, she flies back, Art.
Yeah.
But fun fact, they rewrote it, but she was supposed to die right there.
Yeah, which would have been weird.
Would have been weird because she's hardly in it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's on the ground, and every single man in the world in Idle Hands, Randy, she's lying down unconscious. He goes down. He looks back and forth like he's going to do something awful to her body.
That's what I thought. Yes, I thought that.
Oh, it's a big trick. He gives her mouth to mouth, and she comes back. And now, so they go off. They go to get. He's like, "We got to get my truck. Fuck the kids. I got to get my truck." Yeah. So now there's the high school dance.
Yeah, we're gonna come to high school dance.
Yeah.
And first thing we see is a couple of young people that I think we caught a little bit of them earlier.
We did. They were in the
but it was
alley.
inconsequential because this is why they're here.
Yeah.
They're already going to the costume party as Kiss.
Yes.
Kiss. They got their makeup on.
Yeah.
Ace Frehley is one of them, and I forget what the other one has on.
Oh, right. Oh, good for you. I forget. Oh, geez. I wish I knew what the other one was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cat.
No.
Oh.
But the song on the radio is a Kiss song.
Is it?
A Kiss song. That they're listening on the radio.
It's too hot in the car because they're steaming it up with their activity. So
because when we start to see the hand, we see the hand across a window.
Really good shot,
there.
Right? Really good shot of almost a silhouette of the hand crossing the windshield. So really,
so we know the hand's outside, and he's like, "It's really hot in here, so I'm gonna crack the door." So he cracks the door open.
He cracks the window.
Yeah. So we know that the hand can get in now.
Yep. And I guess
they start making out.
And
then
we see this is our boobs. For the horror movie, these are our boobs.
And once again, like you and I always say, it's sort of like, here they are.
Here are my boobs.
It's just like here is the shot. Yeah.
Yeah. When they're writing it, they're like, where do we put the boobs? Jessica Alba's not going to do it. Where do we do? Well, how will we make two teenagers making out in the car? So we see that Kiss actually has very nice boobs. So there you go.
Yeah. So,
but everyone seems pervy. Even the hand seems pervy, which would make more sense. It would make more sense if it's a possessed, like some kind of monster.
What they do is how do we describe this?
They're getting ready to go at it. She's up against. I'll help you, Art, if you want.
Okay, all right.
She's up against the window, lying down, facing the steering wheel with her boobs out, and the boyfriend is handling her parts, and then a third hand joins the party. But that hand is like, it's making bread. I mean, it's just this is Hand's first time. It doesn't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
I pictured a baker. It's just like, before you put it in the oven. So she notices
she sees it. She opens her eyes. She looks down and sees this desiccated, horrible looking hand basically fondling her breasts.
Yeah. And then it just goes to her neck. And I thought they could have done this a little bit better, but we hear the sounds of it breaking her neck. But what we've seen so far is splatters. So things like that. So the hand somehow it's got super, super, super strength. So I thought it would have been cool if it just like turned her head around.
Yeah.
And then it kills the driver. You don't really know how. You just see another blood splatter. Yeah. But our trio shows up. The zombie and handless show up, and they find that car with the bodies in it.
Yeah. So they know the hand's here. They know the hand is at the dance. And then we cut in and we see the dance. And I have to say I don't know what she's doing, but we get a shot of Jessica Alba.
Yep.
She's dancing
with Tanya, who is the girl at the beginning.
Tanya was at the burger jungle. That was the one Randy was trying to.
Yeah.
But she's dressed as the devil, Tanya.
And the not so sexy devil. I'm pointing out it's sexy, but not quite.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Jessica Alba, Molly is she is dancing in a way. It's so unique the way she's dancing that I can't tell if it's bad or if it's just weird, but it's indelible. I think I'm going to have the image of her dancing in my mind for a long time. Yes. I don't want that to sound creepy, but I had because she's in that angel outfit.
Yeah.
And
I had to look at both of them dancing because both of them are dancing very, very oddly. One, Molly, Jessica Alba, is doing that sort of hands up and waving like a
and she's sort of just
her mind is definitely somewhere else. It's almost like I thought it was done very well because at a school dance sometimes you're like, I have to dance and look good versus just enjoy the music. However, Tanya is rocking out awkwardly, but she's into the music. She's like, so
and we should point out, Eric, for everybody, this is that weird thing most people, I think, know. Who knows what song they were actually playing when they were filming these things? We don't know what the song that's on the soundtrack of the movie might not be what they were playing when these two were dancing.
Maybe no song. Maybe
no song. No song might have been played.
I like the two different styles of dancing. And Tanya's I'm going to go get drinks.
Yeah.
Which you can, I don't know if she means alcohol, but I guess not. But what I didn't know, because I wasn't into it then, I don't know who they are now, but it was an actual band.
It's Offspring. Do you remember Offspring?
No, I don't remember Offspring.
Yeah, but they were pretty big. Yeah,
singing a Ramon song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They weren't singing Offspring songs as much.
No.
They were singing.
Well, they wanted to get
songs,
the Ramones, but the Ramones said no.
Oh, okay. Tie in from Rock and Roll High School.
Yes.
So
another weird movie, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can cover that one, or maybe who knows? We can do whatever we want. Art. We're adults.
Yeah, so we're going to get another kill here because Anton's running around the school trying to find the hand, but we get Principal is in his office.
Oh my gosh, let's point out how pervy even the adults are. He's you think he's having trouble with his credit card, like he's talking to credit card company, but then when he solves the problem, he's like, oh, okay, good. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, just
this was the era we have to all remember. No internet porn as much.
You had to dial up.
This was they had to dial the phone and talk to somebody. So he's on a phone sex line.
Oh yeah, that sounds sexy. And it's some housewife with 4 kids making, $100,000 a year off of the. Yeah. Oh baby. Yeah. Put that down. Put that down.
And once again, our pervy hand, it comes into the office, sneaks. I don't know how it sneaks up the pant leg of the principal is so into this phone sex.
He's distracted, yeah.
That he's not feeling a desiccated, ugly hand crawling up his leg.
Yep.
So it crawls up his pants leg right to his crotch area.
Yes.
So just like we just saw him with the couple in the car getting in on the action, are we to believe the hand is getting in on the action?
Yeah, the hand is, it wants what it wants. The hand is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The hand doesn't see gender or anything. It just goes after what it wants.
But then it
yeah.
I don't think we don't see much here, right? We just see it's like a crunch or something with there is blood splatter. Is there? It rips out of the pants. Yeah. So that's what we see.
But he does mention, he's like, oh, it's almost like I can feel you. It's just weird.
And Anton, it hears it, right? And comes in, and that alerts him that, but he sees that
the hand's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
But in the meantime, Tanya and Panub are hooking up. And this is another example. Tanya's just like, hey, cool costumes and stuff. And she's like, let's dance. And she just grabs him. And the acting with him is great because he's holding his head so it doesn't fall off. And he's just dancing with her, and then it's just making out. Yeah. And this is where the hunter, I'm calling her the hunter, and Randy show up. And then we get I love this scene.
Okay.
Because now you know that the hand, we already know the hand has a personality, right? So the hand is now, I don't know where it is. It's not the principal's office anymore, but it's on a desk, and there's an automatic pencil sharpener.
Remember those? Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sticking its fingers in the pencil sharpener and pulling out. And it's a really good pencil sharpener. It's filed its bones down to sharp points, not its fingernails, the bones.
And I think I read behind the scenes, this was all one shot. So we have our hand actor here that we've said, the Addams Family guy, doing that into the thing and then showing one at a time the fingers come up.
It's a great
And you
shot.
see that it's done all of the fingers. They did it one take, one time, and they had it.
Wow. Well,
they didn't have to do it more than once. They didn't have to do it more than once.
Well,
so really good.
We're in the school, and the hunter finds Anton, and she's like, she's with Randy, and she says, I know what's going on, and I know how to stop it.
Yes. And we think she's going to help him. I was like, oh, okay. She goes, I have just the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And she pulls out a huge knife.
Yes, a sacrificial dagger. It's one of those curvy ones, like wiggle it. It's just like, the host of evil must die. She's just trying to kill him.
Yeah, so she's going to have to, and they have like a little hand-to-hand fight here. Reminded me of, remember Vivica, she was in Kill Bill, right? They had that fight in the kitchen in Kill Bill.
Yeah, she's not as good as I thought she would be for a teenager. He's got the upper, I didn't mean to say this, but I'm going to say he's got the upper.
We've been pretty good at hand puns. We haven't done too many.
Just
this
ruined
time,
it, Art, because
our Predator podcast, we were all over the place with guns and arms.
I'm blaming you now for anything I'm going to say now, but I got to hand it to you that you're right. I mean, if I was going to,
we've been restrained. Yeah.
If I was going to point fingers at anyone for starting this, it's you.
I've got you under my thumb on this one. So, yeah.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Is that good?
But you've been nailing it.
Oh,
so
thank you.
It's like,
thank you. Well, thumbs up to you, Art, man. That's great.
So, anyways,
does
they're fighting? Vivica and Anton are fighting.
Yeah, and Randy helps him out. He's like, hey, wait a minute. But then he calls the hunter Kitten, right? And then I went backwards in my mind. I was thinking, does everyone have nicknames for everyone? Because they called Anton something, the parents. And then Molly and Anton call each other snake cuddles or poops. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, which is things that they never called him before. But what's weird to me about Randy here is he's sort of cheering Vivica on, but not physically helping her, right?
Yeah, because
he's
then
not.
They realize.
Then all of a sudden, when she pulls out the knife, and the knife is coming down towards Anton's face.
Yeah.
Randy's kind of like, ooh, is that necessary?
Yeah.
Is that like he didn't know, I don't think Randy was fully clued in as to what Vivica was going to be doing.
Yeah. But she doesn't do it. Then the hand is gone. He's like, look, right. I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Here's another weird thing, because there was some backstory. They just didn't, they didn't give us enough information, because if you didn't catch what she said at the bowling alley, you have no freaking clue why she's hunting this thing. And you can easily miss it, what she said. Yeah. Because she says it fast. But she says that at midnight, the hand's going to take her to hell. And I'm like, okay, so it's hell now? But they see that it's only 9:00. And then she goes, no. She takes out her wrist. She's got a watch on, Art, opens it up like it's a wristwatch with a flip thing. And it's on the watch is a blue hand with an eye on it, kind of gate style. And then instead of numbers, it's got weird symbols around it. And she says, no, you only have like 9 minutes left or 6 minutes left. It's Druid time. So she has a watch that tells Druid time. And I'm like, I even almost missed that, except for the subtitles. I'm like, what is the deal with your watch?
And also, it's Druid? Midnight. That's being introduced to us, that it has to.
Yeah, but
so
Druid
how
time.
Long? But what midnight?
What Druid midnight?
What this midnight?
No,
does it have to be
midnight.
This day? No, but does it?
It doesn't matter. The Druid.
So what happens if they survive past midnight and he doesn't get the girl? Does the hand wither up?
Does the hand maybe it wither?
Is that what happened to the guy in the prison?
There you go.
He didn't get a pure spirit by midnight. And so the hand.
That has got to be it.
And then where does the hand go? Not the hand, but the
entity. Is it floating around, waiting for a dummy, waiting for a slacker? It's waiting for. No,
I had a lot of these questions too.
Yeah,
but
they can't.
But so answered. Now, and Vivica says that's the worst thing that you could have done. That's the word is cut off your hand, which the hand said bad move. Remember the
bad
hand
move, Anton. Yep.
That was a bad move. Yeah,
and this is where we do the cut back to the dance. It seems like all the girls are interested in doing is making out with the boys, because Mick is trying to pull his friend away, and Tanya just keeps grabbing him back and just mashing his face, just making out. And it's like she's just another stupid. She just stupid. But Anton shows up at the dance, and we see now the hand locks the doors to the dance.
It's locking them
breaks
in. Breaks it off.
Yeah, and the hand looks really sinister now.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's locked in, right?
Mm-hmm. So Anton tries to stop everything. He goes up to make an announcement on the stage.
Yep.
And everybody's laughing. Nobody's really taking it seriously. Nope. And because he's trying to show my arm, but he looks like he has a Halloween costume on.
Yes.
So everybody just thinks he's dressed in his Halloween costume. So they start throwing things at him. And meanwhile, the Offspring singer is like going to get things back under control.
Yes. Well, Art, I know I tell you don't pause it, because then something that looks really cool looks really stupid. But I did pause it here because for a second I'm like, wait, what are the costumes that people are wearing?
Oh, there's a good one. I didn't even think to do that.
I paused it, and
I didn't even think about that.
At least half the people have unidentifiable latex masks on.
Yeah.
My first thought was, these people are going to be so sweaty. They're not going to keep this on while they're dancing, and then quite a bit of devils and angels. But no, I mean, for a regular dance, the worst thing you can do is wear a latex full head rubber mask.
Oh my God.
It's just, I just thought somebody in wardrobe was like, nah, just give them all these masks.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying the lead singer wants to get things going, right?
Gets So he takes back the microphone. And this is good. I think that's the lead singer of Offspring.
Yep, it is.
Here.
It is. Yeah.
And the hand comes up suddenly over the top of his head and scalps him, pulls the head back, rips his scalp off on the thing. So that's kicking off our mayhem for what's going to happen.
It's a good job. And apparently it's a practical effect. And if you watch it, his eyebrows go, oh, like that. So it looks like it was really good. And I think he did a good job. So yeah, mayhem. Our two, I don't know what we're calling them, Molly and Tanya, the devil and the angel. Molly wants to help, but Tanya's like, no, fuck that. Fuck everybody. Let's go through this vent. So they go through a king-size vent. And the zombies are only concerned with getting laid. They're like, I guess I'm never going to get laid now.
And it makes sort of like that was never going to happen.
Yeah, never going to happen. You kidding me? Yeah. So
the hand is kind of wreaking havoc around this auditorium.
Yeah.
Carrie style type of stuff where
it severs, which is a little funny. It uses its newly sharpened fingers to sever one of the big light rigs, and it crushes like 5 people.
But Molly and Tanya are gonna escape into the vents, and they're crawling through the vents, and the hand realizes it and is coming after.
Yeah, because it's got to go after Molly because she's a true. I forget, true soul or whatever the hell that was. Yeah, and I don't know if you know, in high school, you can fit 2 people side by side in those air vents because they get a lot of air conditioning going on after school. And I also don't know if you know, but almost like you're in some kind of Death Star or something from Star Wars, or one of those huge vents on an alien ship.
Or, Erik, fizzy lifting drink.
Yes, you're in
chamber,
Willy Wonka's inner workings of his place. But there's a huge fan on the floor, like whoop, 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 whoop. And Molly sees that you can get down there. So she uses the devil shoe to stop the fan, right? A little tension here. It's okay. And she now all of a sudden is smart and has ingenuity. So she kicks with one foot the grate from the fan and it falls. I'm like, wow, somebody didn't put a lot of screws in that.
No, because if you think about it, that fan, if that grate fell, it could have really hurt kids walking around the school.
Yeah, right underneath.
But here's where sometimes, Erik, I know you and I like to look at trivia and stuff like that as we're going through. And I looked at the trivia on some trivia page for this. It might have been IMDb or something. I'm like, this is there was an entry that said, the shoe that Molly uses to stop the fan was $8.95 or something.
Yeah,
and I was it was just a weird trivia log. I was like,
I think I may have seen that too. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. They mentioned the cost of the shoe. Like, that's important.
I know.
I didn't see.
So we should point out the reason we're saying the shoe is what's holding the fan from going.
And there's a little tension there because the fan's not stopped. It's like, wop, wop, wop. So there's a little tension. And
but Tanya's devil costume has a whip.
Yeah.
Is a whip.
Yeah, you know how devil costumes come with a whip? You don't know that? Comes with horns with tail. Little fluffy, the little feather boa type of thing.
Yeah.
And a whip. You know, devils carry the whips around if they don't whip people. Yeah.
So Molly just grabs that whip off the belt and makes a rope, ties it to the axle of the fan.
Yeah.
And it goes down to the floor.
Makes her way down with her very strong arms because she rides that motorcycle. I did notice that the whip was long enough that it had knots in it.
Yeah.
But she gets down there and Tanya's just a big baby right now. It's like, I can't. It's gonna get him. Yeah, she's too scared, Art. There's a severed hand chasing them, which I don't think she actually ever saw.
No.
Oh, no, wait. No, they did. They see it. They saw it up here.
Yeah, everybody saw it when it tore the lead singer's head off. So Tanya's up there. Is she going to go down? But the hand is here now. Yep. The hand's up there.
Pulls up the whip, ties it around Tanya's neck, and drops her.
Yeah, but that's not the end.
No, that's not the end.
Because the shoe comes out.
Well, the hand takes it out.
Yeah. So the cord, as we said, is wrapped around the axle of the fan. And so it's coiling up. So it pulls Tanya up into the now twirling fan.
Yep.
And we just get a big, gigantic blood splatter all around.
Yes.
And
here's where I thought they could have gone a little further, because Molly's wearing all white, right? And I thought her friend just got like minced, but not a lot of blood on her at all. And I thought this would have been gore fest for her, but they're like, no, she's got to stay sexy. Yeah.
And right at this point, there was a whole other original ending for this movie.
Did you see
it?
Right
now. So I did. I did watch it. How do we handle this? Do you want to wait and say it, or should we just say here just quickly what this was?
This is where they had they screened it, and audiences were like, no. And the audiences, to me, doesn't make any sense, but they wanted more stoners. They wanted Pot to save the day, and they wanted Jessica Alba in a state of undress and stuff like that. And they're like, that's all we want, man. And so they had this incredible ending with action and just what you think would happen.
It was at a pool, the school's pool area. So it was nice lighting. It looked good.
Yeah.
It was more the ending of a horror movie you see like on a Faculty or something like that, right? Yeah.
And just so everybody listening knows, this is not the ending that they chose, but yes, Jessica goes to the pool. The hand corners are there. She hanging off the diving board. A pit to hell opens up. They try to rescue her. Hands come out of the wall. The hands come in. They end up killing the hand, and then the guy decides to sacrifice himself, and the thing closes, and he hits the pool, which is empty, and so you think he's dead. And the foot.
We should wait. Yeah.
So
what
just
what
so
happens,
you know, that's an ending.
But it was much more of a horror ending.
It was a
like
big build up. Yeah. But nope. Mm-hmm. So she's now makes her way into. She opens a door, and then. I think it's the art room, and something hits her on the back of the head like glass. And I'm sure if you didn't listen to this with your earbuds, you go back to the scene and listen, because you hear her say, ow. And it's the weirdest ow I've ever heard. It's like, ow. Mm-hmm. But this is where they changed it. They added this. So and meanwhile, our two zombies have crawled through the vents. Got a cute little
crawling to the
scene
vents
with the bottle got stuck, but I don't, I don't think it was necessary. But he does.
Die-hard reference.
Yeah, he does get a great line. They go to the fan, and Seth goes, "I'm not going to go through all this, Tanya." Which again, they're just not. They don't care.
Yeah.
And so Anton's now in the art room, where I think in high school it's puppet time. You make hand puppets.
And not that great of hand puppets either.
And some of them are spooky.
Yeah.
And apparently our hand is in
So I guess the idea here is spooky hand puppets, and we don't have to show the hand. It's a way to save money here, because we don't have to animate and show the hand in the climax here. So right?
But it's a cool scene because there's a weird ghost looking puppet in it, does a sort of exorcist, turns its head around, where I think, okay, the hand can see then somehow, right? It's got to be able to sense something.
It clearly, I mean, it's going all over the place. Yeah.
But Anton sees it and attacks that puppet, but it goes into another puppet.
Yes. And this puppet has like big eyes.
What?
And
what?
Yeah.
It's wearing is it a doctor's lab coat puppet, right? No neck. It's got a round head.
Yeah.
Huge lips, and teeth, huge eyes with no eyelids, and then a couple wiry bits of hair. It looks like it might have been a character from a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the new puppet that it's in. And Anton's about to hit it with an ashtray, which I guess, would that kill it? It's one of those heavy ashtrays, but Anton gets hit over the head. Remember when you said someone get killed being hit with a vent grate? our zombie heroes drop in through the art room and hit him over the head with the grate by mistake.
Yeah.
So Art, you were right. This school is a hazard.
These grates are dropping. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's supposed to be a throwaway line, but Panub goes, "Hey, I made that ashtray." Yeah. But Molly's screaming.
Yeah, so they hear Molly screaming, so they go into now the auto shop. So I guess we're in the shop auto shop part of the high school.
Yeah, in my high school, they were in the vicinity.
They were all adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really good, this is a good school they got amazing air conditioning first.
Yes.
Great teachers who can teach you how to make puppets of all different kinds.
Yeah.
And then you've got the machine shop with the automotive parts, a beautiful car and all this equipment. And Molly is strapped on the hood of the car.
She's tied on with red. I didn't know what exactly that was. The red rope. I thought it was bungee cords first, but then it was
from Project Adventure, like in the gym. And the car is one of those flat top cars, and that jack can go apparently as high as it wants to go. Right?
Yeah, you could put the car through the ceiling if you wanted to.
And our puppet hand is now like an evil scientist operating the lever to the jack, right? But I don't know if you noticed, but its face, apparently it has the power to change the face of the puppet. So now the puppet looks angry and has a set of sharp teeth. Did you notice that?
I did notice that. Okay. It changes quite a bit. Yeah, it's going to change some more.
Oh, yeah.
But like we said, Eric, that original ending that they had shot, there was this idea of she's going to be pulled down to the netherworld. Like she's going to, this is the end, the climax. She's going to, but that's missing here. That idea.
The hand's not going to do that anymore.
No, I know.
The hand just wants to kill her apparently now.
Yeah.
So maybe the druid priestess was wrong. But remember, our audience also wanted more Alba.
Oh, yeah.
They said, hey, we need more Alba. So this is where you get it. And it's clear this is the only reason why they did it. But Anton goes to save her, grabs for her, and all he does is pull off all of the chiffon on her outfit. So she's basically left in a white bikini. So we've got Alba. We've got a lot more Alba now, right?
How did this work? So they got the test screening results back.
Yeah.
And I guess they tallied it up.
Apparently.
And did they I'm trying to imagine the conversation with Jessica.
Yes. Go. Do you need anything else to drink, Jessica? No, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah. So we had the results back from the test.
Oh, yeah, that end scene. That was awesome when I was hanging from the thing.
Yeah. Well, they want more stoners. They want more of the stoners. You know how Seth and Elden are doing their whole thing. They're so funny.
Yeah.
They wanted to see more of that in the thing. So we're thinking of some reshoots. We're thinking we're going to do some reshoots on it.
They saved the day instead of...
No, well, not necessarily.
They're going
to be in the scene, but they're going to be in the scene. They're going to be there.
Okay.
So we're going to want to do some reshoots. And rather than the pool.
Oh, that cool pool, the portal to hell.
People didn't, I guess we're going to do
they
it
didn't like it?
We're going to strap you to the top of a car.
Oh, a car?
Just tie you to the top
in the pool?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well,
and then,
wait,
there's going to be, it's going to be a little bit of different wardrobe. So we don't want you to be thrown when you go for the reshoot.
Yeah.
And we're going to fit you for something different.
Is it because of the blood? Oh, I don't understand.
No, it's because of the test audiences. They just, we came back and they said, there was obviously a lot of different feedback, and some of it you throw out.
Oh,
you go like, okay, we can't. That's nothing. But there were a lot, and there was something that came up again and again. It just kept coming up.
Well, we're
I know we're off track, Eric.
No, we're dedicated to the scene. You want me to what?
No, but I can just imagine, right, Eric? Yeah. How do you?
No, well, here's $10,000. Okay, I'll do it.
That's true.
So
Like,
because we didn't see her. We didn't see any parts, but
No,
it was a gratuitous wardrobe disrupt. It was almost like Animal House.
And there's not much on her right now.
There is a pentagram on the ceiling, so maybe that's
our hell. That's our. But shouldn't have they done something like it's starting to flame and open up as if she's going to go up through there?
We have to remember that our hand is really good at arts and crafts and really likes graffiti. So
something should be.
The hand took the time art to paint the pentagram on the ceiling. So they're all trying to pull the lever down. We're back trying to pull the lever down, but
they're fighting. They're all
super strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in shop, I guess you're unsupervised in shop as well because they pull a cloth away and there's a huge bong that's fit for 3 people made out of like muffler parts. And one of them grabs it. I think it's Mick and says, "It's Mighty Joe Bong."
Yeah.
And it's
this is for the stoners in our test audience.
Yes, and even here, Panub goes, "I need me spinach." Like this is going to give you strength. He actually says that, and then Anton goes because he's not smoking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Molly's about to get squished, you smelly gray bastards." But they all end up taking it. The heroes hit together. They all take a hit of the.
Is it the oregano and?
Oh no! It's
not.
It's grade A pot.
Oh, grade A.
Yeah, the oregano they just throw up and suck on dish liquid.
Yeah.
Yep. So Anton takes a big hit because he's got to go back to being stoned, and he lifts up what I would consider the skirt of the puppet and blows pot smoke into it. Well, and here's where you have the puppet able to change its environment. Mm-hmm. But it's so funny.
But it's the puppet, but it's the hand actually under that puppet, right?
Puppet, but apparently the puppet is affected by, I'm saying apparently a lot in this.
Because its eyes roll back bloodshot.
Yeah, it gets the dumb teeth back like, duh. And the hand falls out stoned. Because it has lungs, right? The hand has lungs. Well, the car stops just in time to squish Molly's nose a little bit and 2 other objects. Yeah, but I just want to be clear that the humor is the nose and the boobs get a little squished. Yeah, and then what you get is, the hand's going to fly at Anton and kill him, right? But your friend comes in. No, he gets her down, but then the hand,
the hand
attack. But your friend, the hunter, comes in.
This is where Vivica comes back. She's got her ceremonial dagger, and she pins the hand, throws the dagger. Hand gets pinned into Mick's chest, like right into Mick, and then the hand just sort of goes bloop, bloop, like sort of disappears, poof. But Mick, what I like, Seth Green goes, "That's it?"
Yeah.
Like that. It wasn't like so I think that's the actor, Seth Green. I don't know if he improvised that or what. Going like, we had this huge thing they shot with all these special effects for this ending. And then this is the ending that we're doing.
Yeah. He goes,
so I think it's an inside joke. I think it's an inside.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's an inside joke, right?
And here's what we have still, even Vivica, even our hunter, she goes, "Well, my work here is done." Then she says, "Time for ritualistic sex." And you get those, you said you liked Randy's ending, little one-liners or whatever it's called, his bullet.
Yeah.
He goes, "You are a pistol." And then she grabs him. So
and they leave. Yeah.
And this is where Anton uses the knife to cut Molly free.
Oh, yeah. And so she comes down and then they make out.
She grabs her. She's like, "Let's go." Oh my God. And I did not look at any bits here, he said.
No.
I did. But I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, well, Jessica Alba's like 35 now. She's 40. That's what I was doing.
But they gave this, let's just put it at, they gave these test audiences what they were looking for.
Yes. And then they go to take another hit from the bong and Mick? accidentally hits Penub and he falls back to the lever. And we knew this was coming because they go right under the car to kiss.
The car comes down and Anton's under the car.
Yeah, crushed. And then the garage doors open. You know when you bring a car into the automotive shop? That metal garage door, that opens up. And look, it's the big light that you're supposed to go to when you die. And the two zombies are like, what the hell? Let's just go. And they bring the bong.
Go this time,
because you can bring a bong to heaven, apparently. And they say, you coming, Anton? But they don't wait for a reaction. They go to heaven. So I guess Anton's dead, right?
Well, no. Apparently this was the still the original ending. They cut back. They would have cut. Yeah. So this scene was inserted after our pool scene. We would have now been on track with the movie. And Anton's in the hospital. Yep. His whole body is in a cast.
And his new sexy girlfriend is taking care of him.
Which we remember from the beginning of the movie, right? He said his goal was to just lie around and have somebody feed
me. Yep, take care. There you go. You got it. And she says, which isn't true because he didn't die, you blew off heaven to kick it with me.
Yeah. I guess he's referring to when they were like, Anton, are you coming? And he didn't go. Yeah.
And then a nurse comes in and we see behind her appears, it's our stoners, but they're not zombies anymore. They don't have the bottle or anything.
And they have angel wings, just like Molly had on her costume almost.
Yeah. And they say that now they're his guardian angels in case he starts to do evil again. I'm like, what are you talking about? But then Molly has to take off. So that's the last we see of her. She's like, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't straddle him in the freaking bed and be like, you know what? Who cares if the guardian angels are here? Let's go.
Yeah.
And what I like is they go to leave. They're like, oh, we're going to the snack machine. And when the way they do it is when they turn, they just walk through stuff. But Seth Green did this thing where he like steps over something and he goes, let's shut off the light. And he flicks off the light switch. Like, oh, they can mess with the real world. Okay.
So Anton is left by himself. So he shuts off the light.
Yep.
And then on the ceiling.
Yep.
Is
like,
our note.
I'm under the bed.
Yeah. So you're like, so when you first see the movie, you're like, oh no, what's going on?
Same writing. And same paint.
And we cut to the hallway, and our two guardian angels are walking down the hallway, and they say, do you think should we have told him that we wrote that on the ceiling?
And then one of them, late 90s, oh, you know what? You're right. He screams like a girl. And then their closing dialogue is, let's go walk through a nurse. And then another one, Penub says, because they can walk through things. Let's go walk through a nurse. And Penub says, watch it. Some of them are guys.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we're left. The movie.
Yeah. That's a movie. So the test audience won out. And I did see a little interview with the director talking about this ending and the switched ending, Erik.
Yeah.
And he talks about it like he thinks that this is the right ending for this movie.
Does he?
Yes, as compared to the other one.
I'm not sure because I watched both. If you guys watch Idle Hands, watch the other one. It's available on YouTube. It's square and it's a little grainy, but watch it and you decide which one you think is better. Because I don't know because it does fit the movie, but I really would have loved to see that whole hellfire and hands and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think he's going too far. I think that there's a way they could have fused both and made it a little more tonally correct. This goes just way to the silly side with the car and the stoners and the bong and but he thinks, well, that's just the way that is the way the movie should have ended. And so it's not that he doesn't like his first ending. That's it. That's Idle Hands.
Yeah.
And that's the end. So Anton gets Jessica Alba, Molly, and he's in a cast for who knows how long, but that's it. And
he'll get out of that cast. I'll tell you what.
Idle Hands.
Idle Hands.
Yeah. So Idle Hands has gotten more of a resurgence, as you said. I think if you go on Letterboxd, things like that, there's a lot of people that really, really like this movie. They
do.
They think it's, I see 4 or 5 star ratings on there.
Tyler,
for this movie.
Tyler, you love this movie.
Yeah, this movie. So, I'm gonna.
Are we
okay,
reviewing?
let's sum up our thoughts here.
I'll
sum up our
we
thoughts.
would spend this long on Idle Hand, but we did.
Yeah.
And
well, there's stuff to talk about, and I think the reason that there's stuff to talk about is I'm usually curious about movies like this that are going for something. Okay, so afterwards, I did read. I don't usually read a lot of reviews. I was just so curious. Roger Ebert's review of this movie when it came out. Roger Ebert,
of Idle Hands,
and what I think he said, if I remember correctly, and I agree with this. So I'm just stating it because it sums up my thoughts a little bit. He said it tries to do all of these things and doesn't pull it off, but not for lack of trying. So I think I agree with him there in that sentiment. I think it's taking a massive swing at a type of comedy that is gonna be perfected a little bit later. We talked about Pineapple Express and Superbad and those types of things. Even if you think about it a little bit later, Shaun of the Dead type of Edgar Wright type of things. But I just don't think it's there in this movie. I turned it off. I told you my very first experience of it. And watching it again, I could see why I did. I can see that opening, it's tonally all over the place. The writing is not that funny. And I don't think yet in the film culture yet, we were at that point where you would take actors, like I said, a Seth Rogen and a Bill Hader, and put them together and go, let's just do 5 different takes and you guys riff off what the dialogue is and let's see what comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't think the writing is there that's that funny.
But I'll also point out Seth Rogen. I don't know about Hader, but Seth Rogen's big time stoner. So maybe he was able to use that knowledge, or maybe he was stoned and got the fun dialogue out. So maybe these guys,
but the writing isn't there. And it takes a long time. I mean, we do get the sort of scary scene, I'm putting in quotes, with Fred Willard and the wife, Connie Ray, at the beginning. But it takes a long time for this to get going.
Yeah.
And Seth and Elden, the 2 guys, Panub and Mick, are funny characters. And the situation is really funny. It gets better. Remember, I told you at this point in this podcast, I said, I wish this stuff had just crunch everything up sooner in the movie. Find a way to get to the hand going crazy earlier. And then we could have more time to have fun with these things, like the knitting sequence, which I liked, him trying to deal with the idle hands, all of those things. Find a way to integrate Vivica Fox's character a little bit better. Like you said, they jam exposition in one sentence.
She wasn't even.
Maybe have an opening where she's at some sort of monastery or something, and we see her, there.
Movie.
No, but no. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, find a way to make the opening more economical. You save time that way.
Yep.
To spend on
Agreed.
other things. So I just think that Jessica Alba's character, as you've pointed out numerous times, a complete cipher, just wasted. I don't know why you want that character, the way she's introduced, to have either more personality or be involved in the movie somehow. I'll give you an example from a movie we covered, Fright Night, the remake of Fright Night. And Emma Jean Poot's character. Right? I was like, that character, it's a good movie if people want to see the Fright Night remake. And she's there. She's part of the team by the end. And this is sort of a throwback for me for watching her, going like, oh, she's just to the point where they are literally holding her still to rip her clothes off on the screen. Like, I I'm like, what are we doing here with this character?
Yep. Even she seemed to react that way too, Art, in Idle Hands. Her reaction was like, like, come on, give me a break. Yeah.
So in the end, there are lots of things I enjoyed. I did enjoy the hand. I liked Anton's Devon Sawa's performance when he's doing all that stuff with the hand. I just think that for me, this movie does not come together enough on a level where I can recommend this movie. So I would not recommend Idle Hands.
All right, Tyler, you heard that. You heard Art.
I can't do it. Yeah.
All right.
So how about you?
No, I don't want to disappoint Tyler for recommending it.
Tyler, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
We all have our own opinion.
Okay.
I battle with Idle Hands. When I first saw it and the times I saw it in the past, I was like all over it. Now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, I really like the severed hand. I love the practical effects. The zombies, fantastic. So I'm not going to say don't recommend it. I recommend it if you like the style of what we talked about. So if you listen to this and you went, oh, that's kind of cool, stoners and just everything else, then go ahead and watch it. I would watch parts of it. But I'm not sure I'm not sure I would recommend it as much as I thought I would. There you go. That's it. But I did enjoy a lot of it. I enjoyed a lot of Idle Hands, and I like the original poster, and I would like to see it as a T-shirt. If anyone wants to give me that as a T-shirt, I like it.
But you're more in the mode of give it a shot if it sounds like it's your thing.
Yeah, give it a shot. And I guess I would rate
maybe
it.
Tyler will like this. Maybe Tyler will like what I'm going to say here.
Tell him.
I will say to you that for this podcast, I usually watch the movie twice. On the second watch through, I did start to pick up things and notice I was laughing a little bit more at things. So I wonder if it is a movie that if I were to watch it a couple of more times, I would start to be like, oh, I kind of enjoy this movie possibly, but not right now. But
you know what to do.
There's a little sliver of hope there, Tyler, for you that maybe in the future, if I visit
we could get stoned, get some microwave burritos, and
there's always that, Eric.
We'll be like, hey man, this is great. Oh my God.
So we come down on two sides here. So Eric, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah. I wish we had. I don't know how we would do a rating system if we had one, like a rating system for the podcast. I'm not sure exactly.
We have a rating system.
Oh, okay. Like a rating.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a rating for movies.
Yeah, movie rating system. We have it in stone.
All right.
Yeah.
And what is it? I must have missed that email.
That's the rating. 5 out of 10 stoner zombies.
Okay.
It's
all right.
No, I'm sorry. Wait. It's 5 out of 10. It's 5 out of 10 hand burritos.
Oh, hand burritos. That's a good one.
No,
it's not.
No, it's 5 out of 10 shop bongs.
Ooh.
That's why you can choose any of those, but they're all our ratings. I don't know what you're talking about.
But we could use shop bongs for, there's so many movies we could use that for.
Oh, how many shop bongs do you give it? Well, let me take a hit and see. 5 out of 10. I give a 5 out of 10.
Okay. So Eric, that's our rating. So Eric, I had a great time talking about Idle Hands with you this week, and but we want to hear from Tyler or anybody. Oh
no, go ahead,
Eric.
Do the end.
I think okay. I'll close out here. It's like, Tyler, anybody listening, we want to hear what you think about Idle Hands. You might like it. You might be part of the Idle Hands crew. Eric, is your hand all right?
Fine. Just finish
moving a little bit.
Podcast.
Okay, so you can reach out to us through our website, midnightcinemapod.com, and rate us or review us on any of your favorite podcasts. Are you sure you're okay, Eric?
Fine, rate us on the podcast.
Okay. Rate us on the podcast platform, Spotify, Apple. We're out there. And next week, we'll be back with a brand new movie. Eric, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
So Eric, are you okay?
I'm fine. I can't wait. We'll do another one next week.
Okay. Sorry, Eric. Your hand. It's on your face. Eric.